on this day. It's a massive, massive occasion from for the Balranald Football Netball Club, and I suppose the whole town's here at the moment, or it certainly seems like it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. got 60 from Kerang to the top of the scoring.
Make it back in one piece.
I just ducked and weaved, Shane.
And, well, I suppose with that, guys, as the teams both making their way back down to the ends to keep doing a warm-up, it would appear they're not really moving out into their positions in any hurry. But, guys, I suppose before they do, we do give out a couple of awards, and it will be for the last time in season 2023, the Cordinas Mechanical and 4x4 Best on Ground this afternoon. The Top Storage Solutions Goal of the Day and the Swan Hill Hire Mark of the Day as well. But before we get underway, just quickly, a few of the other results already that have been run and won. In the under-14 halves this morning, it was Lake Boga 9-4-58 defeating Tullibut Menangtang 5-4-34. In the Colts, it was the Magpies 12-7-79 defeating Warraneen 7-2-44. And in the reserves, it was 11-6-72 to Lake Boga 5-9-39. Both teams are in their huddles at the moment, just waiting for them to move out into their positions. But Noel, we might go to you just quickly for a tip and a final message.
Absolutely. I'm going Balranald. I've been recorded at 14 points for Balranald, but this is absolutely game on. And the reason I've gone for Balranald is more sentimental, I suppose. It's been a long break for them. And I just like momentum coming into it. I know Kerang were good. In fact, they were really good last week. They're a very, very professional unit, and I am concerned, I must say, about their structure, the way they run. But I'm going Balranald. My big question, enough goals, will they come?
Yes, that will be my question as well over, well, to be honest, both teams, because they've both got very strong defences. But, Stewie, a tip and a final comment from you.
Oh, yeah, look, I'm going to go for Balranald. They were sensational in the second semi-final. They've got a lot to play for, and I just think they might get home by 8 points.
Matt?
And actually, I'm going the alternative. I'm going Kerang by 5. And interestingly, Troy Coates starting on the bench.
Yes, and did so last week as well. Of course, did the Kerang coach, who has been confirmed to be going around as the leader of the Blues again in season 2024. For what it's worth, which, well, isn't much, I'm going to go with Balranald this afternoon as well by 5 points with Ethan Gant best on. But we are ready to get the 2023 Central Murray Grand Final underway. First quarter brought to you by Blue Sky Outdoor Experts. Here's Noel Watson.
Wilkinson and Lang, and the game is underway. Kerang immediately go forward. Pay, who had a big impact last week, has his hands on the footy, just dives in on top. Now, has he been holding in? No, he hasn't. And the ball is between centre half forward and full forward. Kerang deep into attack. Pay gets up, just holding his back a little gingerly.
So ball now, tapped to the outside. Gant was worked off it by Kelly. Going in hard there was Wilkins. Neither team again able to win clear possession, and we'll have another ball up just inside attacking 50. There's Lang. Pushed out by Wilkins. Should have been a free kick. Wasn't. Play on, said the umpire. Riley Smith takes it, but he's quickly taken the ground, and we'll get yet another ball up just inside attacking 50 for the Blues.
Compliments of Mawson's Concrete, boys. Plenty of momentum out there at the moment for the Blues.
It certainly is, and but just interesting around the packs, very tight and congested as you'd expect in the first minute of the grand final.
The handball over the top. Should be a goal. Should be a goal. Is a goal. No touch. Touched on the last line. Kerang. Oh, Adam Hunter was screaming into goal. And a tackle from behind sees the ball go to ground. And Matt Nagel quickly kicks into the outer side.
He does, but it's an errant kick. It's gone out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw-in, half-back for Balranald. And playing now 1.5 minutes in the 2023 Grand Final. First score going the way of Kerang. It's a minor. As Wilkins and Lang to do battle. They're going to do battle all afternoon, these two. Crucial to their sides, trying to burst through. For the Blues, there was Hahn, couldn't do so, but they get it inside 50, but Sallow juggles the mark. No, he doesn't, he dropped it. Has plenty of time to mop up gives the little handball across the lay, who goes straight up the middle of the ground to the coach in Jyden Nagel.
Jyden on the left-hand side. Here goes short with the footy. The ball's going to bounce over the top. Jesse Clark thumps it towards the boundary line, and Gillingham happy to see it go over the line and out of bounds through centre wing. Just shaking hands there with Nagel on the way through. Jyden Nagel and Ryan Gillingham exchanging pleasantries.
So ball to be tossed back into play centre wing here on the grandstand side of the Swan Hill Rec Reserve. Early stages in the grand final. Tap straight down the throat from Lang, but only as far as Gannett, who goes to Lloyd. And Drew Lloyd marks 48 metres from home, almost directly in front. And his teammates are telling him to go back and have a ping at him.
Well, Ganty was getting plenty of heat from Josh Nitsky, just outpaced him, which is a rarity, but that's a strong effort of Lloyd. Big chance here for the opener.
So Drewy Lloyd looking for the first goal of the game to get Balranald on the board from 52 metres. Won't have the journey. It comes across the face. Umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go the way of Kerang, and it will be going to Troy Davis in his final game of senior footy for the Blues.
Big job, of course, lines up on Benny Fuller. Decides to go short. Jyden Nagel! Oh, the old 1-2 sucker punch. And Glenn Stewart, you saw it.
It certainly was. It was a brilliant piece of work from the coach. He just knew that they were going to go in short, and he just slotted himself in, made that extra effort and lunged to take the mark, and lines up now from some 30 metres out directly in front.
He just sashayed to his right as if to say, no, I'll give you the room, and then double back really quickly because the fullback eyes lit up. Now Jyden Nagel are directly in front. 20, 25 metres out. Comes in. Needs to kick it. Goes across. Goal umpire does as well. Scores are even. One behind each of two. Blue Sky out to expert scoreboards, and Nagel slaps himself on the thigh.
Yeah, you could tell by his reaction straight away that he'd shanked it, and unfortunately for him, it had gone through from behind.
So big let off there for the Blues. At the moment, is all tied up 1 point each apiece. On the Blue Sky out their expert scoreboard is Jack Solo marks. In between wing and half forward for the Roos. Sends them back inside 50 to that man Nagel, who can't take the mark. Off hands down the front. Fuller did well. Little handball back to Middlebrook, who kicks it forward, but getting on the end of it, Riley Smith takes the relieving mark for the Blues.
Explosive pace Riley Smith needed on that occasion. Oh, his kick is into the man on the mark, straight over the line and out of bounds in front of a massive crowd here. Huge crowd building. And look out when the netball finishes up, because I don't know where they're going to fit. It is just absolutely chock-a-block here. Boundary umpire to bring the ball in. Balranald ever so slightly into attack. Over the shoulder, a play on us to call. Wilkins got it in front. Nagel, Jyden with the kick, has a shot on goal, running shot. Minor score. Balranald doing plenty of attacking. 2 minors, 5 minutes in, first quarter on the Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard.
Jyden Nagel been very active so far in the opening 5 minutes of this quarter.
Certainly has, and he will be a player to watch this afternoon. As we know, last year's Jack Betts medalist this year was very, very high up in the finish as well, as the Blues, through Hunter, goes short, finds Josh Nitsky, the skipper of Kerang, was last year's best on ground in the grand final. This time goes wide, looking for Smith. It'll be over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. It will be, and it'll be coming back with Ian Fuller for the Roos.
Lockie Ross wanted that. He had plenty of room, but it was a risky one if he went inboard. The kick across the ground. Here goes in towards Andrews. Ducks, swings on the left. The ball is going to carry wide. Can Fuller hold it in? No, he can't. Plenty of opportunities here for Balranald. 3 minors. They're squandering at Balranald. 3 minor scores. Kerang 1. 6 minutes in. Blue Sky at their expert scoreboard. And compliments, of course, is Concrete Matty Curran.
You hope that they don't waste this. This has been the 5 minutes in the forward line there. I mean, they want to convert here because to take advantage of the control they've got of the footy.
So Hunter for the 3rd time to bring the ball back into play. That's a lovely kick to Dalrymple, who takes the mark and takes off. Gives a little handball to Josh Nitsky, who runs along the wing. Now has to get rid of it. Does. Little one over the top to Marty Kelly. He can give it a head to heavy side. No, decides to kick inside 50 towards Pay. Picks it up off the toes. Tackled. Little handball went nowhere. It's picked up by Harrison Siraji, who comes wide to Fuller, who can't keep it in. Runs out of room. And we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of the Balranald interchange bench. But boys down on the boundary, that was a clever or a very, very smart passenger play there from Kerang.
It shows the danger, doesn't it, that they can move the ball coast to coast quite quickly. Just probably that kick into the forward line just wasn't good enough in the end.
Wilkins gone in front. The ball comes down to Kelly. That's Marty. Lays it across the boot. Two defenders up for Balranald. It's gone through their heads. On pay. Make them do that. Drag pay. Make them pay. First major goes on the board for Kerang. 117. Balranald 3 minors. Just poor defensive work. No talk. That's the Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard.
Spot on, Noel. Both those Balranald boys went up. Other players around them should have told one to go for it and didn't. Came out the back of the pack, and Brad Pay, as soon as I saw the number 61 running towards goals, I knew it was all over. So good work there by Kerang. Poor defensive work there by Balranald side.
So the first one on the board for the Blues. They go to 117. They lead Balranald, who've missed a few opportunities, 3 straight behinds. And the Blues at the moment making the most of theirs as it comes through the middle of the ground. Matt Nagel with the clearance, has a bounce, runs to 50, can have a flying shot at goal! Oh, goal! Look out! With a one hand! Takes the Swan Hill higher marker that a contender right on the goal line. And Benny Fuller with looking for the quick reply for Balranald.
Certainly good mark there, wasn't it? And he's played on.
He has, and he's run around and puts through the Roos first. They retake the lead. They go to 139, Kerang 117, and that is on the Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard. Matt Curran, thanks to Mawson's Concrete.
And that was set up in the middle there by Jordan Wilkins. Good tap out, got the ball moving forward, off hands, went out to Matt Nagel, who then used his pace to burst through the centre, took a bounce, come to the 50, having a shot for goal, and then was fortunate enough that Benny Fuller, using his size and strength, was able to control the ball with one hand, took a good mark on the acute angle, but went back, used his brain, was able to run around on his mark and snap a very good goal, timely goal for Balranald.
Forget dinner plates. His hands are bigger than dinner plates. They're enormous. They're as big as the 50-metre circle in the middle of the ground. It just grabbed it with one. Ruckman, Wilkins, again, straight down to Nagel. Nagel gives a handball out the back, comes out to Brown. Brown wants to give the handball over. Coming through strongly, though, was Lang for Kerang. All cop one high, gets a free kick for that. And in the middle of the ground, big Lang. Nick wants the hand, gives it over to Gillingham, and there's a blue on it, centre-half forward. Gillingham kicks the ball into the half-back line. There's a free kick. It's going the way of which way? Now, the umpire is calling it a high tackle. He's going the way of Kerang, or they're having a bit of a 6-1, half dozen the other for mine. But it goes back, and Kerang will take the free kick, and it'll be Tyson Klingon.
So Klingon there and Ryan Middlebrook having a little bit of how do you do early on in the game, as Klingon now too far out to score. Lowers the eyes on the lead, Dalrymple, but reading the play was Kobe Lloyd. Dropped across, took the intercept mark. The crowd wanted 50, but I tell you what, the umpire would have to be extremely generous for that. As the Roos now, all dangerous little inboard chip to Andrews, got the handball away, umpire lets it go, players milling around now, eventually comes out the back to Middlebrook, who just hacks it forward for Balranald.
Coming across is Gillingham, who got his head peeled off, gets a free kick, no problem whatsoever. Seth Connell, just a little high, Gillingham got under it, experienced player, doesn't miss a target, back into the middle of the ground. Now we've got the Roos on numbers, they want a clean handball, they get it out the back, call for it in the centre wing, Andrews has got it, feeds it back through the middle, and the Roos builds through Matt Nagel.
He does, goes inside 50, looking for Fuller originally, but it went a little bit wide of him. Connell tracking it back, can't keep it in, it goes over the boundary line and over for a throw-in in front of the leisure centre, but a pretty frenetic start to the quarter, boys.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it just shows the danger there of Balranald, how quickly they moved the ball out. They turned the ball over quickly and moved it forward, so something Kerang need to watch there.
The ruckman fly, there's a little bit of a hold in the tackle. Planners but call the ball out the back. Marty Kelly hot on the trail of his opponent. The ball goes back in under. Well, I think the central will have to come in and adjudicate. Does exactly that.
A little bit more.
Mawson's concrete, Glenn Stewart.
Yeah, a little bit more desperate around the footy at the moment. Contested situations, Balranald.
Absolutely, the ball scoots out the back. Big hands coming through there was Hall. Got the footy out wide. Now a chance for Dalrymple. Can he pick it up? Does. Gives a hand backward to Gillingham, who just pops up again.
He does. Goes down the line. And taking the mark centre wing for the Blues is Adam Hunter, who was very good last week in his first game back in the side. He goes short to Clark, who wants to take the player on. Had to get the handball away, got it to heavy side. He just goes inside 50. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll be off the ball, and it'll be a downfield free kick going the way of Kerang. as Heavyside was dealt with after he kicked it. And the player to take the shot at goal from about 30 out, almost directly in front, will be Hayden Hall.
And you need to be careful about that as well too. I mean, now they've got a shot for goal, whereas they were pressured into the boundary line there. There was a rush kick, but they didn't need to go through and give away that down the field free kick.
Yeah, they certainly didn't. You're right, Matt. There was going to be no Kerang player on the end of that. And now they've got a shot at goal through Hall to retake the lead. Leans back and he lit the big sticks. And Kerang, they get their second. They go to 2-1-13. Balranald 1-3-9. And that is on the Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard, 12 minutes into the first term.
Yes, they moved the ball well off half back and were able to get up towards half forward. Got that free. It was a bit of a silly free, as Matt said, and obviously they were able to go back and kick their second goal there. Look, it's a pretty hot contest around the footy at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if Balranald can reply to that.
Matty Curran, just to your left-hand side there, is that Adam Hunter getting some treatment for a hammy up high?
It is actually, so just wondering whether he's just got a bit of a knock there or whether it's a concern.
Coming out of the ruckwork, Matt Nagel, gee, he's having a first quarter, isn't he? Gets the ball down deep, play on as the call. Player going out wide here for Kerang, has the footy in front, wants a teammate down the ground. Josh Nitzke was going to be the target. In fact, dropped it. Free kick down the ground. Again, another free kick going the way of Kerang on the burst.
So they've worked it up towards half forward, have the Blues, as Klingon takes the mark. So too far out to score. Will want to go inside 50, does now, over the head. Now Dalrymple gave the push and he looked around to see where the umpire was to say, did you see that? And the umpire said, I certainly did, and it'll be a free kick to Toby Lay.
A bit of interference coming through there. We apologise for that. We'll have a bit of a look at it and fix it. Coming across is Nagel. Jide with the footy. Goes up the centre of the ground. Looks for a teammate. Guess who? One of the others. The brothers are combining beautifully now. The kick is out wide. Close to the boundary line. Kerang will want this out of bounds. And they get it. Sock it off the ground, over the line and out of bounds. Good defensive work there by Josh Hunter. Just took the heat out of the situation. And now a chance for the ruckman, in fact both sides, to resettle.
So ball now half forward for Balranald, grandstand side of the ground, and it is a packed grandstand this afternoon. In fact, there is hardly a spare blade of grass around the boundary, as well as Hunter taking the ground. Tommy Sello really making him earn it when he was on the ground as well. But in the end, the umpire says, give it to me, and we will have a ball up 55 from home for the Roos.
Coach comes onto the ground, goes immediately to Matt Nagel, who we said has been busy from the ruckwork. It's going to be the Kerang side who get the footy out through Nitzke. Looks for a player in the middle of the ground, that's Smith. Can he pick it up? He's got speed on his side if he can get it. He does. Gives it over to the coach, and why wouldn't you? Coach has room, kicks down to the half forward.
He does, trying to work his opponent off the ball. There was Brad Pay, wheels around, but taking the mark is Jackson Nagel. That'll be 50, it will be. And Jackson would want to be careful as well that he doesn't reverse it. But they want to go, that's a poor kick from Nagel. Only as far as Josh Hahn, centre wing, really wasted it. They go down the line and the mark's taken by Brad Pay, top of the 50.
Brad Pay's a little bit of push and shove, and it's unnecessary. They need to get a hold of the footy because Kerang will burst and burst strongly, which is what they've done here. And they've taken a mark inside 50, an easy mark taken in the end, if you don't mind. And Kerang, every opportunity here through Caleb Nitzke to bring up another major. At the moment, it's Kerang 2-1-13, Balranald 1-3-9 on the Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard. A bit of calm required, you boys down there.
They certainly do. I mean, it's just a waste of energy. It is. I mean, it's all good to show a bit of strength, but it shows strength over the footy when you're going for the ball, not pushing off the ball 50 metres away.
Caleb Nitzke to join Hayden Hall and Brad Pay. Nitzke goes back, lays across it. Goal umpire gets right across. There's the breeze we were talking about. Kerang 2-2-14, Balranald 1-3-9. Blue Sky Outdoor Expert scoreboard.
So to bring the ball back into play, it will be Jackson Nagel. So waste no time, straight up the middle to Middlebrook. Didn't quite hit the target on the full, but Middlebrook had time. Little chip into the middle of the ground, wanted Andrews, couldn't take the mark, but gets the second effort back. Now they've got the loose players on the wing. Tommy Seller can give the handball to Fuller, decides to kick instead, goes in the direction of Ben Fuller, who takes the mark on the lead. And a lovely transfer of the football from Balranald from one end of the ground to the other.
Put it out in front, Shane. That's the secret with Benny Fuller, I think.
So Fuller and Davis, they will be having a big duel this afternoon. And Fuller if he can steer this one home, will land the first blow. It's going to come back in the breeze, and it does for a goal. And Balranald, they retake the lead again. 2-3-15 to Kerang, 2-2-14. 16 minutes into the first term, thanks to Blue Sky Outdoor Experts.
Wasn't Cole Andrews brilliant then, off half back in the centre of the ground? He was really in difficult circumstances, but he was clever enough to get the ball out on the left boot to that player there and Tommy Seller. Seller put the head down and a beautiful pass, and you're right, Noel, that's the way you've got to kick it into Fuller. Let him get out in front, let him have some air to run into, and he'll take the mark every time.
Josh Hahn back in the middle of the ground, got plenty of work to do here. The ball comes over the back. Speaking of Hahn, he's on the end of it. He's kicked into the forward line. It's vacant space. It's a kick for territory. Marty Kelly, can he win the race? The ball comes in forward. A player from Balranald ridden into the ground over the boundary line. The umpire says, no, throw it in. And that play over the line was Helgland.
So far, this grand final is living up to expectations. We thought it would be a great game. I know it's early in the first term, but we are getting exactly that as Wilkins taps it straight down the throat of Middlebrook, who's going nowhere. He's claimed by Riley Smith, and we'll have a ball up again 55 metres from home for Kerang.
Wilkins gets up high. He's going to be out against Hunter. Comes out the back of the pack. Picked up by Helgland for Balranald. And through the middle they go again. Fuller, Ian with the footy.
Fuller over the head of Stead. Poor kick in the end. Taking the mark was Lockie Ross, half back. Goes out towards the far side of the ground. Caleb Nitsky juggled the mark, then played on. Little chip forward, looking for Dalrymple. Just sat it out in front. Clever little kick. Now called to go, Dalrymple. Umpire said no, that was bumped as he kicked it. Inside 50, Brad Pay can't quite get on the end of it. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up 25 metres out from goal. Kerang into attack. Dalrymple wanted the downfield free kick, but the umpire wasn't falling for it.
Let him play is the call. Up high, Nitsky gets the ball out wide. Kerang, can they run onto it? They can't now. They can. Spinning beautifully. Nitsky, Josh, has a footy, has to go left, gives it to Marty Kelly. He's kicking up and under. Well, it's gone further away than the end. Underneath, not able to take the mark. Kerang, they've got the numbers. Brad Pay got one high initially. Leo ball is going to be dropping the body. Looked a little high for mine, but they get up Kerang and have to handball. They have the ball back. It goes away with Jack Jones.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Noel. Initial contact looked a little bit high. Comes out wide to Nagel. That's Jackson, who goes long up towards the wing. In the end, again, poor kick. Hunter leading back. That was Sean. Takes the mark. Centre wing on the grandstand side of the ground, with Balranald leading by 1 point as we approach time on first term.
Unlike Balranald, they'll waste the ball across there too. Free kick advantage given. Ball comes over the back. Jones needs to hit the football, get it hard, get it onto the ground, get a tackle, can't do so. Comes out the back, give it to me as the call, and it goes out wide. And again, it's Ian Fuller who clicks out wide and finds Lloyd on the burst. That's Drew.
He does. So Drew Lloyd now gets onto the right boot, which is the wrong one. Goes towards Stead, who taps it in front. Does really well to Jared Stead. He's gained about 30 metres for his team. Kept it in against Lockie Ross. Now has a problem though. Ross picks it up. Half back. Lowers the eyes. Lovely pass. Finds Adam Hunter in some space between half back and centre wing.
Collision coming up. No, two Kerang players fighting. Both said yours. And Balranald simply step in the middle. And Sallow has the footy, centre of the ground. Looks for movement, none forthcoming at the moment. Then Lay decide to put a lead in. Sallow though goes wide to the outer side, and the ball comes off the hands of players. Kerang have the numbers, quick hands over the top, and Klingen's got it.
He does. So Klingen centre wing, far side of the ground, goes up towards half forward, bouncing the ball, eventually go inside 50 into space. Leading back in the chase is Jack Sallow, wants the boundary line. Marty Kelly wanted him, and the umpire says no, you held on. It'll be a free kick going to Sallow, who quickly moves it inside his defensive 50 to Helgland. The switch is on here. He comes out wide to Jackson Nagel.
Jackson Nagel, can he hit a target on this occasion? Looks down the ground. This time he's hit a target, and Tommy Sallow has the footy. He's gone for the same kick as he did earlier on, but it hasn't come off. Hands by Kerang, close to the boundary line. In fact, now over line and out of bounds in front of a lot of Warreneen supporters who are here for some of the earlier games. All Fuller wants to go on. But it's not a problem. I'll crash into you all day. And that's exactly what he and Josh Hunter are doing.
So So Wilkins and Lang, we're into time on now. 21 minutes gone in the first term. Balranald by a point. At the back, Jiden Nagel off the left boot, all the way to the goal square. Stead with the spoil from behind. Trying to pick up the crumbs there was Gant. Couldn't do so. Kerang have the numbers. Hahn. Oh, missed the handball. Now picked up by Gant. Did he get a high one? Umpire said no. I thought he was going to call it Noel as well, but he didn't. And it's going to be a pull up 35 metres out directly in front for Balranald.
Jiden Nagel starting just like a little fire to see if he can milk one there, Matty Curran.
He certainly did, and smart move by Jiden, because, I mean, Balranald all over us at the moment, and Kerang is starting to panic a little bit too, so they wouldn't want to give away a free kick here, Kerang.
They've given one, and it's going the way of Clinton, who started pretty busily here. He was not too bad last game we saw. He's got the footy across half-back.
So Clinton now, not the best of kicks, but Josh Hunter has plenty of time on his side. He goes long down the line, over the head of Adam Hunter. Jackson Nagel couldn't take the mark, had it spoiled away from him, but has time to go back, collect the crumbs, then takes on a couple, does really well. Lovely handball into the middle, finds a teammate there in Siraji, who lowers the eyes, locks up Tommy Sallow. Now they want to run, tries to get it to Kobe Lloyd, he does, picks it up off the toes, not the best of kicks. Gant, he can't quite pick it up. Riley Smith, he leaves it behind as well, but it's taken by Gillingham, who gets the little handball over the top and eventually ends up with Riley Smith.
Smith kick, smothered, close to the boundary line. Can the Balranald boys get on the end of it? No, they can't. It's close to the boundary line. In fact, they're over the line and out of bounds. Balranald there, Glenn Short, a couple of opportunities to break the ball forward. Just couldn't quite get on the end of it.
No, they just quite couldn't get on the end.
Free kick, free kick, I think, going the way of Balranald.
No, what's going on here?
Yeah, free kick.
Yeah, I think there might have been
spotted something.
Yep, absolutely. Goes to Jack Jones, who's normally a bit of a niggler, but he's on the end of this one himself. Now the kick on that carried the distance. Not enough, but it has, if you know what I mean. Ian Fuller's got the mark.
So Fuller hasn't got a lot to kick to. He's called to play on. Goes long down the line. Jiden Nagel in the pack. Big fly from Lang. Couldn't take the mark though. At the back, Clark. Little handball over his head only as far as Andrews, who scrubbed a little kick forward. Taken now by Gregor Knight. Feeds it off to heavy side through the middle of the ground. He goes high, but it'll be taken well. In fact, it's not taken. It's off hands. Coates. He was brought down without the footy. Umpire said play on. Brad Tate trying to get a handball. That's holding the ball. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Jack Sallow.
Every day of the week, that's a free kick. I think in the end he got up arguing, but I think he really knows that the ball goes out wide. Kobe Lloyd can he get on the end of it? Clever. Very, very clever. Just smothered the footy enough so that he could get on the end of it. The kicks towards the centre wing. Players from both sides converge. It's in under. I think the umpire may call for it. No, Kerang are going to get out. No, they're not. Umpire calls for a ball up. Scoreboard catch-up. It is Balranald 2-3-15. They're leading Kerang 2-2-14. 3SH Central Murray live. Shane, Glenn, Matt. Big team on board today.
Yes, we've got everyone on board this afternoon, and why wouldn't we? It is grand final day in the Central Murray at the moment. It is Balranald leading by a point. Late stages in this first term as Jackson Nagel takes another intercept mark across half-back for the Roos. He wastes no time, spots the loose player out wide, and that is Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald with the footy now. Lloyd has led up, decides to go shorter than that to the ruckman, testing the hamstrings. Then he has to get the handball out wide. That was Wilkins, by the way. There's a free kick going the way of Balranald. Can they keep the ball rolling? 50 metre.
50 metres.
You push him off the line, I think, was the problem. If you just push him straight, no problem, but he pushed him off the line, and the free kick will go the way of Balranald with the advantage of a full 50-metre penalty here, boys.
Certainly was. Don't think it'll be a top solution solutions goal of the day, but he's lining up from some 35 metres out, nearly directly in front.
Really important as we get into the red time deep. 25 minutes gone in the first quarter. Balranald a point in front, and this is a very, very telling shot on goal. Gee, the crowd's gone quiet as they wait. Just edges himself forward, off the boot, goes across, puts his hands on his hip, and likes it in the end, goes forward. Andrews is giving him a bit of a rap as well, and why not? That's a terrific goal right on the quarter time break by Rory Fitzgerald, and Balranald move along to 3-3-21. Kerang 2-2-14. Blue Sky at Dregsburg scoreboard.
And probably a bit of a reward for the last 10 minutes as well too. Balranald probably controlled the footy for that period of time there. They've just been probably poor with their disposal into the forward line, probably kicking trying to kick too far, whereas they need to hit up the short option to hold the ball on. But then a good goal there just before quarter time, take a bit of momentum into the quarter time break.
So Fitzgerald with his first of the afternoon. Balranald, they've kicked the last two in the term as Lang with the tap down, but taking the clearance will be Andrews, who comes out wide looking for Kobe Lloyd. That should be a free kick. It will be. Front on contact against Hayden Hall. And Ethan Gant probably a little bit unlucky there. The ball didn't quite sit for him, but in the end it comes back to Lloyd, who will load up. Send Balranald inside 50. Goes long. Brother Drew at the back was the fly. Couldn't take the mark. Spoiled away from him by Ash Davis. And over the boundary line for a throw-in. And for a moment there, Stewie, I thought Big Drew, he was going to take another big hanger.
Yeah, I thought so too, mate. But, yeah, good defensive work there by Kerang.
Tactically, this is a good move here for Balranald. They went long. Now, Drew Lloyd does the ruck work, gets the handballs away. Coming through there strong is the Kerang defence. Niski got it all. He's just meant to be tackled, though. Lays it off the outside of the boot. Boundary umpire in danger of getting cleaned up here. Clever football, but deliberate.
Balranald's pressure is pretty good around the contested footy, boys.
Certainly is, Stewie, Matt. This is exactly what we saw in the semi-final too, how they got out Kerang on that occasion like Nitsky did, and then they went wide. There's the ball's thrown back into play. Kelly takes the possession, but he is going absolutely nowhere. Colin Andrews and Ethan Gant wrap him up, and we will have a ball up on centre wing.
Very important last few seconds here, boys.
Certainly is, and the focus is right on that contested ball for Balranald. Around every contest there's contact on the Kerang players. They know they want to make a contest, and
whoa! Lloyd held, but out in the footy, driven into the ground. The umpire just simply says, play on. Can't believe that one. The ball comes close to the boundary line, goes over the line and out of bounds. And the central says, no, all's fair in love and war. Well, I don't know about that, but the boundary umpire into play. 27.5, nearly 28 gone in the first quarter. 7-point lead to the Roos on the Blue Sky Outdoor Experts scoreboard.
So ball tossed back into play. Wilkins taps down to his toes. Helgeland left it behind. So did Gant. Trying to burst his way through was Riley Smith. Couldn't do so. Sallow and Heaviside happy to see it over for a boundary throw-in about 55 metres around from Kerang's goal.
Going to be some tired bodies all right at quarter time here, fellas.
there certainly will be, because I mean they've just embraced the contact. Everyone on the ground as well too. They'll be looking forward to the quarter time break.
Well, if I was Balranald, I'd throw an extra one back right for this contest right here. From the ruck work, Riley Smith clopped one high. Coming through is Niski on the burst. Niski on the shot. Kicks the ball on the outside of the boot. Out of bounds on the full. Much to the joy of the light blue and white. Not so much the dark blue and white. The Roos of the Blues. At the moment, it's the Roos by 7 points.
A little bit clever, I thought. He should have centred the footy.
So Saraji brings it in, goes short to Gant, who goes back to Saraji. Now the switch of play is on if he wants to use Jackson Nagle. Decides instead to go straight up the middle to find Fitzgerald, who's found a little bit of the ball in this first term. He now comes out towards centre wing. Marty Kelly did really well there to not give away the free kick against Middlebrook. Hunter was in there. Maybe a free kick there against Middlebrook in the end. Marty Kelly brought down by China Nagle, and that'll be holding the ball. It'll be a free kick to the Balranald coach.
And he's off. Takes no time, Nagle gets everybody up on the toes, kicks into the forward line, getting back nose, takes a good mark right in front of the heat, and the heat was coming from Fuller. He's clinging with the footy across, half back, looks with the left, going to kick with the right. In fact, it's Hunter who kicks ball down the ground, and Nick Lang has to bend deep for the mark.
He did. That's not easy when you stand at nearly 8'10", as Lang does. He goes long down the line, fly from behind, but you can hear in the background the quarter time siren, and it will be Balranald taking a 7-point lead into the first break of the 2020. Hunter, and of course for Kerang, Brad Pay and Hayden Hall with a goal each. We might go down to the boundary now. Thanks to Mawson's Concrete, to Glenn Stewart and Matt Curran. And boys, you had a bit of a listen in, along with hundreds of other people, to the two coaches.
Yeah, certainly did. I had coach here at Kerang. No changes in terms of their lineup. The backs have been pretty solid. He said the turnovers are costing us, and their midfielders need to get back and cover. He isolated Matt Nagel out, getting two easier free kicks in the centre of the ground. Let's have composure. Let's have effort.
And over the Balranald huddle, it was really just one emphasis that they on their border KPIs. It was just the tackles, and I just emphasised the pressure around the footy. And Jyden and Tommy Lister, all they wanted to do was just pressure, and keep those tackles up.
Heavyside goes to the middle here too. He's having a bit of a squirt through the middle, and he's a creative player.
He certainly is, as both teams are in positions, and we're in ready to start the second term. Brought to you by Every Stitch Counts. Here's Noah Watson.
Clearance will go the way of, well, I was going to say Kerang, but it didn't set up. It sets up for Balranald and Fuller. Ian has the footy in front, dropped the ball, trailing up by gives the call, comes out the back of the pack, and Ryan Gillingham mops up yet again.
So Gillingham goes wide out towards Josh Hahn, who takes the mark. Hahn now lowers the eyes down the wing, looking for Kelly, goes through his hands. Middlebrook will be first back there in the chase. Little handball over the top. Wanted Matt Nagel, but in the end they could have raffled it. Comes to Stead, who has to bend down to pick it up. He's trapped the footy, but he'll go no further. And we'll have a ball up between half-back and wing for Balranald.
Out of side in front of the crowd that's building over there in front of the leisure centre area. Centre wing, 7-point lead at the moment to Balranald. Ball comes over the top of the pack. Kerang with numbers, clear quickly into the forward line. It's a scrubby old kick and should be marked. In fact, is marked to the back by Jackson Nagel. And Balranald want the spread. They've got the spread. They've got the space. And they can kick the ball back through the middle of the ground. They can find the lead-up player here in Jordan Wilkins, who's got off the chain. And the kick-in was by Saraji.
So it goes inside 50, going back was Ross, and it'll be a push. It'll be going to Dryden Nagel. So Nagel will receive the free kick right at the top of 50. And Nagel now for Balranald, a big kick to start this second quarter.
And he's pushed his teammate straight into Lockie right. Like, they've just been cleaned each other up here with Nagel.
So Dryden Nagel, he's already had a couple of shots at goal in the first quarter. He missed them both. Still looking for his first goal. So he's going to kick from right on 50. He's going to have to go from left to right. He's gone too far left. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And it will be a free kick going the way of Kerang and Sean Hunter.
Sean Hunter out of side, right in front of the scoreboard. 7-point lead to Balranald on the Every Stitch Counts scoreboard. Kick toward the centre wing. Just getting a fingernail on the ball there was Hunt. It was
Ian
Fuller again.
Yeah, good work by Ian Fuller to go back with the flight of the ball to make a contest there without giving a free kick away.
I'm just watching behind the play, boys, a little bit, just hesitated there because there's a little bit of push and shove going on with Lloyd and Davis. The ball comes back inboard. Speaking of, he's got it back again. Kick down the ground there by Fuller, not able to get to a teammate. Ball up will take place through centre half forward position for the Balranald side.
So a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. The Roos doing the attacking here early stages in this second term. No addition to the quarter time score. Balranald still leading by 7 points. Andrews picks it up from the stoppage. High up and under kick. Ben Fuller underneath it. Can he take the mark? No, he can't. Instead, he picks up the crumbs. Centering ball, looking for Lloyd. Bounces in front. Not going quite sit for him. Getting back there was Gillingham. Trapped it. Little handball over the top was clever to Hunter. He gets it on the heavy side, who goes forward to Josh Nitsky, who goes back to heavy side.
Heavy side going in circles. Gives the ball away. Balranald. Absolute pressure. Shot on goal by again. Shot on goal. And a score comes across. Oh, the crowd and I were up and about for that one. Balranald 3-4-22. Kerang 2-2-14.
So bring the ball back into play. Hunter, little one over the top. Gets it to Davis. He comes wide, looking for Jesse Clark. Had to juggle the attempt. Couldn't quite pull the mark down. Little kick down the line, looking for Marty Kelly. Did really well. Got underneath Wilkins. Now they're going forward to the Blues. Finds Adam Hunter. So Hunter wants to go inside 50. Does so. Sets it out in front of Brad Pay. Can't quite take the mark. Getting back there, Caleb Nitsky. Can he get the boot the ball? No, he can't. Slaps it back. Looking for Pay. He picks up the loose ball now. Tries to get around.
Clever.
Centering ball to Hunt. Oh, can't the mark. Offhand, still goes Hahn. Little handball backwards to Dalrymple. Nagel was good. Got a little hand of the ball still with Dalrymple. Still inside the Kerang's forward 50. Gets it to Kelly. Goes one way, then the next. That's holding the ball. And it'll be Balranald through Matt Nagel to clear.
Matt Nagel looks down the ground, has to lower the eyes because there's only one player, and that's Gant. Gives it back to Matt Nagel. God, you're in big trouble. Gives it back to Gant. Gant needs to get it over the top. Does so. Wants a double up. Comes out the back. Gant's been busy. The ball bouncing around. Needs to get a kick away. Nobody to give support. Finally comes out wide to Lloyd. And Lloyd Covey has the footy. Lowers the eyes down the ground. Takes a beautiful delivery to get it in that close to the boundary line. Does it. And Connell has the footy.
He does. Goes inside 50 looking for Benny Fuller. Umpire's found a free kick. It's a push against Fuller. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Kerang. And with that, we might take this opportunity now to cross over to Phoebe for the netball.
Thanks, guys. Well, there is only one goal in it at quarter time, and it is 11 Swan Hill, 10 to Lake Boga. A big out in the first quarter, though. Kelsey McCoy has come off the court with what looks like to be a knee injury, and it's unclear at this stage whether she will get back on. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the game plays out. Back to you guys.
Umpires are getting a little confused here because the ball has gone from back pocket for Kerang to forward pocket for Kerang, but he has to go all the way back and kick over the man on the mark. So Riley Smith unloads from centre of the ground with a lovely long drop punt. Means nothing in the context of the game. And Lockie Ross to take the free kick. Back pocket for Kerang as time kicks away again. So a lovely little bit of time on out of there. Looks to go short. Does go short. Wants Smith on the burst. Finds him. Hands and knees. Andrews stands the mark. Smith goes inboard. Looks for Dalrymple. Dalrymple will go wide. Fine as the call. And kicks. A big kick towards centre wing. Numbers favour Balranald with a strong mark in front. Taken by Kaladniski, who's off.
He is. Waste no time. Centre wing, far side of the ground. Jesse Clark gets free. Takes the mark inside 50 and misses.
Oh.
Kicked it like a backman. 2-3-15 Kerang. Balranald 3-4-22. 6.5 gone. Second term.
He used to the ball, the goals behind him rather than in front of him, so he's a bit put off by that, I think, boys.
Absolutely. Balranald need to find a target. They do. With Jida Nagel standing in the nest of Kerang players, just bobs up and takes the mark. Now Lloyd wants it long. That's true. Nagel's looking dangerous in the centre of the ground. Has to come down the ground. Looks for the burst player, and that player is Connell. He needs to get up, but he got the big fella in front. The ball comes close to the boundary line. That big fella, of course, was Lang for Kerang. The ball back inboard. Lloyd. Kobe has the footy close to the boundary line. Jump in the back. No, failed the call close to the boundary line. And the boundary says, hey, we will throw the ball in. True centre wing. A little bit of push and shove there by Shawnee Hunter. Just ignites things a little.
Down to Matt Curran, thanks to Mawson's concrete. Nick Lang probably need to do better in that contest and take that mark for a big man.
He certainly does, and real quick, Jordan Wilkins has been all over him today. He's probably been the better big man on the ground, Jordan, and he gets across the ground much better as well too. We just saw probably a couple of minutes ago there, he got away from him over about 50 metres, so he's a real danger for Kerang at the moment. Wilkins.
So Lang and Wilkins again going at it. Goes through the hand of heavy side, gets it to Gillingham, gets it back to Smith, who was dumped after he kicked an umpire, lets it go. So going back with courage, takes a Swan Hill higher mark of the day at half-back for Balranald.
Geez, that's a gutsy mark, isn't it? Really good in a final. Comes wide, finds Kobe Lloyd. Kobe looks down the ground. You're in. The close ball has gone over the line. Megan Lang, he put in a contest on that occasion. Just forced the ball wide off Tommy Sallow over the line and out of bounds. Looking to the forward line here for Balranald. Lloyd is down there, Drew, and Andrews was also deep, so not a lot of height.
So ball now, tossed back into play. That should be a free kick. It's not. You can hear the crowd's reaction in the background. Andrews throws it on the boot, high up and under kick. Bounces on its end. Connell bounces on its end again, over his head. Now it's only as far as Ross. They work it out through heavy side, comes wide now for Kerang, looking for Marty. Kelly ducks the head, does well. Little chip forward though. Wilkins reading the play. Gets the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in in front of the Balranald interchange bench.
Boys down there, who's under the more pressure here, do you think? Kerang or Balranald with their disposal, because both are missing targets?
Yeah, both are, really. I think, Noel. And just this last 4 or 5 minutes of play, they've both struggled in that area.
Ball up. Lang in front. Andrews, clever. Gets the ball quick into the forward line now. Well, the ball bounced for Balranald or Kerang. It does for the Kerang side, heavy side. Shoots the ball out wide. Over to Jesse Clark. Gives it to Gillingham. And the old firm are off and running because Jesse Clark lowers the eyes and finds Hayden Hall.
He does. Hall gives the handle off to Gillingham, who has to get the kick away. Does so. Inside 50. Coates. There's the infringe. He was. Over the shoulder from Jack Sallow, and Troy Coates will take the free kick. He'll be kicking from 45 out on a little bit of an angle, but certainly a gettable shot for the veteran coach for the Blues.
Well, Brad Pay wanted it.
So Coates, team trailing by 7 points. Runs around, gets a little bit of extra distance. Does he get it all the way? He does! So back to a 1 point margin. Balranald 3-4-22. They lead Kerang by just that solitary point, 3-3-21. And 10 minutes gone in the second term on the Every Stitch Counts scoreboard.
And really the goal that Kerang needed, as you've said there, that they've probably been under more pressure this quarter here. The contest work, the pressure that Balranald have been putting on around the ground has been tremendous, really. But, Coach, you get that free kick, and like a true professional like he is, went back and kicked the goal, really given the Kerang side a lot of confidence.
And just setting up in the middle there, Coach. He's just giving some direction, saying, no. Marty Kelly, you start over there. Nitsky, you start on this side, and we'll get some run. Nagel comes through the middle of the ground, disposes of an opposition player, then goes and picks the ball up on the run at full tilt and kicks it up and under into the forward line. Lloyd in front. Drew has the footy, kicks it into the forward line. Who's the bounce going to suit? It's going to suit Fuller because it comes in his direction. Over the shoulder kick is going to be required, and underneath it, not able to get there was Connell. Ball to the ground. Who can help out? Nobody at the moment. The ball's bouncing around. Brown is there. Now it's the big fella, gives a handball away. Coming through as Nagel, got the footy in front. That's Jide, and as Fuller came out from full forward, tried to push the ball wide, wasn't able to. Jide and Nagel grabbed the footy, but got tackled.
Just going back to Coates's goal, I thought there was a long bomb, and that's a contender for the Top Storage Solutions goal of the day.
Certainly will be. Gregor Knight run down from behind. Umpire said play on. Riley Smith beats him. Fuller to the ball, then loses his footing. Fuller can't quite take the tackle. Throw him dead. Ridden him into the ground. Now Clark with a little handball forward finds Nitsky. Nitsky now kick round the corner. Looking to clear. Sitting underneath it though is Jackson Nagel. Can't take the mark off hands. Klingon, clever little tap forward, but only as far as Jack Sallow.
Sallow kicks the ball out wide. Looks for Drew Lloyd now with the ball sit for him and doesn't. Coming through strongly with Pay. He's going to be tackled. Could be gone. He's gone. Balranald are off through the middle of the ground. They've got players on the berth, kicking it down long, looking for a fire in Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gives the free kick over. Play under the call to Raji through the middle. Raji has... Oh, and there's a bit of biffo going on behind. Balranald 3-5-23, Kerang 3-3-21. Every stitch counts scoreboard.
A little bit of everything happening at the moment as both teams, they're throwing punches, but neither of them landing. As Sean Hunter to bring the ball back into play for Kerang. They trail by 2 points. Long kick out to Hunter. That's a good strong mark. A Swan Hill higher mark of the day contender. Wants to go. Wanted to give the handball. Thought better of it instead. Kicks down the line. Dalrymple on the lead. Marks down low in front of Ian Fuller, centre wing.
He's got Smith wide. Decides to use him too. Can he get it on the handball chain? He can. Coming up through is Nitsky. Nitsky's going to be tackled. The kick long. Plenty of pressure for the defence here for Balranald. The ball comes to ground. Kerang not able to get onto it. Shot over the shoulder by Heavyside. Has been touched by the score. Goes on the board. They're doing it in ones, both of these sides. Balranald 3-5-23, Kerang 3-4-22. 12.5 gone in the second. Every stitch counts scoreboard.
So now bringing the ball back into play. Goes short to Nagel. That's Jiden, who goes short again to Jack Jones, who marks right on defensive 50 for Balranald. Coming out on the grandstand side of the Swan Hill Rec Reserve this afternoon. Jones kicked in the man on the mark. Gets the ball back though. Jardine was that man on the mark. Goes down the line. Lang, that's a better attempt. Comes
It's a contender.
It is. Takes a good strong mark. Centre wing for the Blues.
Lang, Big Nick, kicks the ball down. His kick was touched. Smith in front though, has the football in front of him. He's run a long way, kicks the ball down. Smothered again. Hands out the back. Fitzgerald wants the handball away. Dropped it for mine. Did. Umpire says, yep. Had an opportunity, didn't quite get rid of it cleanly enough, and Josh Hunter has the ball, left half forward flank.
So Hunter goes short. Dalrymple still too far out to score. He's about 60 from home for the Blues. Centering ball on the lead, can't quite take the mark. There was Caleb Nitsky off hands. Now Fitzgerald hands and knees along there with Sean Hunter. Hunter just works it forward. Happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Here's Brad Pay. But Kerang, they have gone inside 50.
14-minute mark of the second quarter. 1 point lead to Balranald. the game, not disappointing anyone in this massive crowd that has come along today. Ball loose, bounces out the way of Josh Hahn, gets on the end of it, lays it on the boot. It's going to be out of bounds on the full. In fact, it is, and Balranald breathe a collective sigh of relief because they have a chance to reset. But gee, the pressure is on.
Looks as though Josh Hunter at the moment running with Jyden Nagel as the ball by Brother Jackson goes in, but it's Lang taking another strong mark. So starting to impose himself down there, Matt Curran.
Yeah, certainly is. We just called for it a couple of minutes ago, and he's taken 2 very strong marks and repelled the Balranald attacks.
It starts to get a bit of delivery forward too. On this occasion, it went the way of Dalrymple. He's kicked long. Balranald had the opportunity through Andrews, gives it out wide, and they're on the burst. Balranald, who's going to get there first? Well, the speed is on by Josh Hahn. He's got plenty of ground out there in front. All he needs is for the ball to sit for him. It does, and he looks across the left shoulder, delivers to the outer side, and on the end of it is Ryan Gillingham, who takes an easy mark, gets it down ground, and a beautiful lead-up mark is taken by Tyson Klingon. Quick transfer of play here by the Blues. Centre wing here, outer side forward pocket, shot on goal. Tyson, deep in the forward pocket. No doubt getting plenty of advice. Kicks with the left boot, leans forward, goes right across, easy mark, no minor score goes on the board. Kerang, she's all locked up. 3 goals, 5 each of 2. Every stitch counts. Scoreboard, we played 16 into the second.
So Jackson Nagel brings it in. That is a lovely kick into the middle of the ground to Matt Nagel, who gives the handball over the top to Kobe Lloyd. So far, a nice transfer of the football in towards Ben Fuller. Couldn't take the mark. Juggling attempt. Davis had it, lost it. Fuller.
Oh, look at this!
Lovely handball to Leyland Brown in the goal square. Ben Fuller, take your hat off. That is your goal. And on the every stitch count scoreboard, Balranald, they kick clear again. 4-5-29 to Kerang. 3-5-23. Benny Fuller, hands and knees with a lovely handball into the square to Leyland Brown.
And that's what you want from your key forwards as well too. If they're not going to take the mark or kick the goal, they actually need to work hard. And he was able to work hard after that contest there. He was able to tackle Truck Davis. The ball came out on the ground. He picked the ball up and then saw the good option, a good 20-metre handball there into his teammate running into the goal.
That would be the handball of the day winner if ever there was one. Absolutely a ripper. Ruckman, Settle, Wilkins, Lang. This time it's Lang who gets the ball forward to heavy side. Got plenty of pressure right beside him as Gant keeps the ball rolling their way. Comes out the back now. A chance for Gant again on the burst. Get out of my way. I'm coming through, says Ethan Gant. Delivers the ball to the centre wing. Player leading up. Takes a really strong mark. That's a contender by young Tommy Sallow, I can tell you, for the mark of the day. And Tommy swings around. Compliments of Swanhill higher.
So Sallow now inside 50 to Nagel. That was Jyden. Couldn't take the mark. Went with the one hand. Bounced off the chest. Middlebrook, little soccer forward. Connell got the handball to Drew Lloyd, who just throws it on the boot. Looking for Benny Fuller. Has Davis right there for company. Umpire says it's a boundary throw-in over in front of the scoreboard, which reads Balranald by 6 points. 3 minutes before time on.
Yeah, we want one of you two boys down there to go and play somewhere between Benny Fuller and Troy Davis, if you wouldn't mind.
I'll volunteer, Stewie, to do that.
You'll volunteer, Stewie, to do that. It is an absolute man-mountain. Both of them.
That won't last very long from my point of view.
Ball, dangerous territory here for Kerang because it's in the Balranald forward line. Fuller does the ruck work, gets it straight down. Big tackle applied, it goes straight in under. Both sides go up for the free kick. Both lots of supporter groups go up for the free kick. The umpire, nothing coming.
So ball tossed up. Tap over the back there by Lang. Drew Lloyd, first one back there, gives a little handball up to Leyland Brown, who with a long shot at goal doesn't quite get the journey. Lockie Ross, last line of defence, takes the mark. Was going to miss anyway. But Ross, with the intercepting mark, lowers the eyes and goes short to Jesse Clark.
Jesse wants somebody to get on the lead. They have got one. That's Riley Smith. He's got to play a wide. Decides to use him. I don't necessarily agree with the tactic. Wasting a lot of the football out there, Kerang. Just an extra possession. They're going to bring it back in through Jesse Clark. This time, let's see if the Kerang side decide to bite the bullet a little bit or go to the outer side again. The latter. Big lead by Dalrymple. Play on is the call, over the line and out of bounds on the outer side. This time the boundary umpire comes into play. We're about 20 metres around from the scoreboard that reads Balranald 4-5-29, Kerang 3-5-23. And perhaps we'll cross to Phoebe for a netball update.
Thanks, guys. It's now 23-19, still Swan Hill's way at halftime. It was a very big second quarter from both sides. Super competitive match, very aggressive from both teams that really, really want the win. But it'll be a big second half of netball to come. Back to you guys.
So ball kicked inside 50. Drew Lloyd runs on the loose ball. They'll be holding the ball. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Kerang. And it will be Adam Hunter to take it for the Blues. And of course you'll get all the action and the scores from the A-grade netball this afternoon across at the Allen Garden Reserve right here on 3SH Central Murray Live as Kerang working the ball up towards half back and into the hands of Sam Heaviside.
I tell you what, I like Balranald's intent here. They're a little bit more intent on being attacking rather than Kerang, who are happy to sit around the boundary at the moment. Gregor Knight comes back onto the ground. Goes down into defence as we would suggest. The kick, outer side, centre wing area, massive crowd. And of course a big pack of players fly for this one, goes off the hands, over the line and out of bounds. 2, 4, 6, there's about 15 players in a big rolling pack on that outer side centre wing. And the lead at the moment is Balranald, 4-5-29, Kerang, 3-5-23, 20-minute mark, second term, every stitch counts scoreboard.
So ball tossed back into play, trying to run onto the loose ball there for Balranald, that couldn't do so was Lay. Now clinging through the middle of the ground, long kick inside 50 for Pay. Saraji with a sport from behind. Pay though picks the pocket of Jackson Nagel and kicks the goal. She is all tied up, 4-5-29 each apiece. And we've just entered time on here in the second term on the Every Stitch Count scoreboard.
Yeah, brilliant work there by Pay, wasn't it? A good contest with Jackson Nagel. I thought he got the punch and I thought he was in the van, but Pay was just too clever and ran into the open goal.
Just needed the punch rather than the little tap, didn't he?
Yes, that's right.
Just didn't quite get enough on it. He had plenty of opposition though, and Pay, clever. Geez, strong through the hips. He just holds his ground. All locked up, as Shane said, into time on, second quarter, 4-5-29, each of 2. It is absolutely game on. Bang, the ruckman fly, and the ball comes out wide. A free kick going the way of Nagel. Gives the ball over the top to a brother who goes down the ground with a long kick. Leave it as the call from Gant, who gets on the end of it. Wants full of the lead, goes across the ground. The pack is out. Andrews is not back. Andrews, clever! Oh, you can see that building by Colin Andrews. I don't think the kick was meant for him. Benny Fuller was about 1.5 metres behind him, and Andrews just used his experience and his body strength to hold his opponent out. And Colin Andrews, oh, it's goal for goal here. It is game on, absolutely. Colin Andrews directly in front. Gettable, absolutely. Needed, again, absolutely. Andrews eases it forward, likes it off the boot, and Balranald get their fifth through Colin Andrews, a clever player. 5-5 Balranald and Kerang, 4-5-29, 22-minute mark, every stitch counts scoreboard.
So one of them been a spectacular mark, it's certainly contender for a Swan high mark of the day. He just would use his body well, positioned his hands, and was able to take a good strong mark. But that was, from Nagel to Gant, that was just clean footy and quick footy as well too. Gant was just 5 or 10 metres in front of Jesse Clark, unfortunately, and you can really see the difference in speed between the two sides at the moment.
Certainly can. Andrew's been very good so far this afternoon. Early contender for the Cadinas Mechanical and 4x4 best on ground, as it's going to be Matthew Nagel once again with a little handball out wide to Kobe Lloyd, who's also been very good. Goes inside 50 to that man Andrews again, who takes the mark. And he's going to go back and line him up 30 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. And pleading his case there is Josh Hunter. He wanted the push. Umpire having none of it. Again, Andrews just using his body to take the mark. And this would be a very good advantage for the Roos as we get close to half-time. Andrews, though, has kicked it across the face. Through for a minor score. They lead by 7, 5-6-36 Balranald. Kerang 4-5-29. and that is on the Every Stitch Counts scoreboard.
Kerang get out of jail because the kick from Gillingham was very, very close to the boundary on the outer side, but getting across to take the mark was Gillingham. Comes inboard again now, Kerang. Want to try and build here on the scoreboard of the grandstand side. Numbers here favour Kerang. Favour Balranald now. Believe it, give me a Shepherd if you can. The ball close to the boundary line. Oh, this is a good result for Kerang. That's a really good result for Kerang, Glenn Stewart.
Yeah, it certainly was. Balranald were in the box seat there, particularly Seth Connell, but he sort of got a bit confused there, and he thought the other bloke was going to do the shepherding.
Lang gets the ball down the front of the pack. Wilkins gets it, but Gant wants to put it in front. If he sees it, oh, there's a high tackle. Will go the way of Hayden Hall, who, in fact, it's Heavyside, who got in cop one high for the Blues.
So Heavyside goes short, finds Josh Netsky, takes the mark, centre wing for Kerang. 24 minutes gone in this second term. There's Nitsky now. Goes up towards half forward. Jiden Nagel with the fly. Couldn't take the mark. Kelly. Little soccer off the ground. Gets it inside 50. Kobe Lloyd does well. Little handball. Back to Jack Fellow. He goes even further back. Finds Jackson Nagel. Goes long down the line looking for and finding
He said leave it, didn't he?
Clever.
He did, but clever work there from Jiden Nagel as Gant sends the Roos up towards half forward.
Little push under the pack and Sean Hunter gets across. Layer loose on the outer side, but there's two Roos. And look out, where there's one Roo, there's usually another. So when you're driving, be careful. On this occasion, the ball goes wide, and the mark has been taken by Lloyd, who gets it down the ground. Now that Roos want it wide. Certainly the big fella does, and that big fella is Fuller, who gets on the end of another one. Over the shoulder of Benny Fuller. Will take a free kick on the outer side. Davis gets up, furious that the free kick has been given. But for mine, it was there as the umpire swaps it over. And Big Ben Fuller has an opportunity, a late dagger. 26 gone in this, the second quarter. Benny Fuller. Shot on goal. It's a long way out. Kicks it hard. Kicks it long. Kicks it slightly inaccurately, though. Minor score goes on the board. Balranald 5-7-37. Kerang 4-5-29. Every stitch counts. Scoreboard.
So it'll be Sean Hunter now to bring the ball back into play. 25, almost 26 minutes gone here in this second term. As Hunter runs his full measure. He goes long, very, very long. Centre wing, in fact. Unable to take the mark was Jackson Nagel. And he wanted a free kick for the top of the arms. The umpire wasn't buying it. We'll get a ball up centre wing on the outer side of the ground.
Ethan Gant been busy today. Let's see if he can get on the end of this one. It's a good chop away. Guess who? He's got the footy in front and got the leg speed. Nitsky was beside him. The kick down to Andrews. Wants to go right, wants to go left. Goes left and finds Nagel. Jiden, who was lurking deep, comes across the body. No wasting of time here. Gets it out wide. Can't find the teammate on the full. Tujo chops at it. Drop the mark. Backs down the handball. Back inboard there by Nagel. Matt sets his teammate a task, and that teammate was Rory Fitzgerald.
He goes back to Helglin, who missed the target by hand. It was Ned Lay. Over the top there was Wilkins. A little kick forward, though. So it comes to Fitzgerald, who hacks the ball. And it bounced over the top. It did. But it bounced into the post. Well, luck's a fortune there for Kerang on that occasion.
I was just going to say that, luck's a fortune.
Balranald 5-8-38. They lead Kerang 4-5-29. 27 gone. And that is on the Every Stitch Count scoreboard.
Heavyside, Gillingham, Caleb Nitsky, true centre of the ground, plays on, drop the football, phone is the call by the central, coming through there with the football in front was Del Rental, gone for all, says the big crowd. No way known, says the central, and guess who's the most important? The central. He calls for another ball up. Oh, this is dangerous territory. 28 gone. It's a 9-point lead to the Roos over the Blues.
Yeah, can't be long to go. Only 4 goals kicked in this second term as Gillingham tries to take possession. Can't do so. Little tap forward by Lay. Comes down to Matt Nagel. Runs to 40 metres directly in front of goal and misses.
Had their chances.
5-9-39 Balranald. Kerang 4-5-29 on the Every Stitch Count scoreboard. Glenn Stewart, thanks to Mawson's Concrete.
They certainly have, Noel, had their chances. And, you know, Nagel's gone forward. You've got Andrews going forward. They look a lot better in their forward half, but unfortunately they haven't got reward for effort.
I tell you what, Kerang are no way known they're out of this. They're right, and they're a very, very professional side.
And you can hear in the background there the half-time siren, and it will be Balranald by 10 points at the main break. 5:9:39 the Roos. They lead Kerang for 5:29. Don't go anywhere. The half-time show with thanks to the Guardians Swan Hill to come on the other side of this break on 3S.
It's in the middle, whether it's up forward as well too. And the thing about that too is because he's got that. It's in the middle, whether it's up forward as well too. And the thing about that too
is at the moment making the most of theirs as it comes through the middle of the ground. Matt Nagel with the clearance, has a bounce, runs to 50, can have a flying shot at goal. Oh, goal! Look out! With a one hand, takes the Swan Hill of the football in towards Ben Fuller. Couldn't take the mark, juggling attempt. Davis had it, lost it. Fuller. Oh, look at this! Lovely handball to Layla Brown in the goal clear. Ben Fuller, take your hat off. Couldn't do so was Lay. Now clinging through the middle of the ground. Long kick inside 50 for Pay. Siraji with a sport from behind. Pay though picks the pocket. Jackson Nagel and kicks the goal. She's all tied up. 4-5.
Over the top to a brother who goes down the ground with a long kick. Leave it as a call from Gant, who gets on the end of it. Wants full of the lead, goes across the ground. The pack is out. Andrews is not back. Andrews, clear mark. Oh, you can see that building by Colin.
it's in the middle, whether it's up
18 and under, it was Lake Boga 29. They defeated Tintinda 21. Ruby Ryan was best on court, and as we heard from Phoebe Doyle a few moments ago, at three-quarter time in the netball, it was 32 goals each apiece between Lake Boga and Swan Hill, and of course they will be in the final quarter as we are speaking with just quickly in the football this morning. Under 14 halves, Lake Boga 9-4-58 defeated Toowoomba Manang 5-4-34. Max O'Reilly best on ground. In the Colts, Lake Boga 12-7-79 defeated Warraneen 7-2-44 with Nicholas Taylor best on ground, and in the reserves Kerang 11-6-72 defeating Lake Boga 5-9-39 with Michael Runciman best on for the Blues. And here in the seniors it is Balranald by 10 points, and the teams again still just nothing's changed. No, they're still just going through the process.
But the bloke next door can blow that siren all he likes. The crowd are going to get off when the crowd are happy to. It is a massive job clearing the ground. The umpires are they're basically going to start jogging around, I think, and telling people to get off. The kids are still having kick to kick here, and some of them are not so little, but the little tackers, it's great to see, boys, and the little fellas out there having a kick, and some of the girls that can kick it just as far.
Well, they certainly can, and look how good is it, though, to have people around it, at a grand final. Unlike last year, it was so wet and miserable, wasn't it? But it's a great atmosphere at the moment, and looking forward to a really close second half.
It's a nice problem to have, trying to get the crowd off the ground, I can tell you that. Balranald and Kerang in their respective huddles. It was a 7-point lead for Balranald at quarter time. Stretched it all the way out to 10 points at half time, but the inaccuracy up front, 5 goals, 9. A couple of those gettable too, boys.
They certainly were, and the concern from me for Kerang is that they didn't look dangerous. I mean, they were able to kick a few goals, but through probably a bit of good luck, coach hit that goal after a free kick as well too. Whereas Kerang had most of the play, Barron had most of the play, and my concern for that is that if they keep going this next quarter, they call it the premiership quarter, the game might open up.
Just having a look here, Shane, we're having a look down at Kerang and the benches have got a problem.
Yeah, certainly Adam Hunter coming off. He looks to have that thigh up above the shorts there, heavily strapped, and he is certainly looks like he is carrying an injury of some description. Of course, we did note there I think it might have even been the first term that he came off to get a bit of a rub. Yep. But he will be starting on the bench, and just about ready now to get things underway to start the second half.
Balranald loaded up big in the forward line here.
They certainly have. The third quarter, as Matt said, it is the premiership quarter, and it'll be brought to you by the Euston Club Resorts. Here's Noel Watson.
Lloyd goes forward, Nagel goes forward, Gank gets the handball out quickly to Matt Nagel, whose kick is into the forward line. The mark will be taken here, and relieving mark, and on the run is Sean Hunter. Kicks to the centre wing to Nitsky. Nitsky gets the ball on the outside, wants to come in more, does, finds heavy side through centre of the ground.
So heavy side was pretty good in that first half for Kerang. Goes short and wide out towards Lockie Ross. So again, just looking to share it around. He goes inboard to Lang, who picks it up off the toes, goes inside 50. Dalrymple does likewise. Little handball forward for Nitsky. His little handball forward to Hall. Gets it off to Smith. A long shot at goal. It's offline. It's very, very offline. It'll fall into the pocket. Saraji happy to see it over for a boundary throw in front of the scoreboard.
Looked like time had frozen there, boys. Everybody just looked to stop.
It did, and that's probably the way the Kerang like to play. They like to build up the ball and then move it quickly, and they did build it up there. They probably just didn't move it quickly enough.
Ruck work over the back. It's Wilkins pushes the ball into the danger zone, which to my mind is over the back in the open spaces, but wrapped up in a tackle, and the ball goes straight back in underneath. And the bloke getting up underneath there was Jack Jones.
So ball now in the air. Wilkins with the tap only as far as Hahn. Did he get a high one? Umpire says yes, he did. So might have actually come from the umpire off the ball, I think, who
it came from the umpire in the middle of the ground there. He had a better view than what the umpire King did standing right beside it.
But it was certainly there. So Josh Hahn, correct decision, absolutely. Looking for the first goal of the second half to bring the margin back to 4 points. Hahn, kick on its way, straight through the middle. And Kerang, they go to 5-5-35. They trail Balranald 5-9-35. 39, 2 minutes into the third term on the Houston Club Resort scoreboard.
And just what Kerang needed there, just to start this quarter, get a bit of confidence up, get a goal, even though it was through a free kick. It was because they were actually in the ball first and making the play, and we saw that right from the start there. Balranald took the ball out of the middle, but build from the back half, but Kerang move the ball forward, get the ball in their forward line, and from there they were able to convert to a goal.
All the midfield's getting around Sean Hunter from the back pocket, who started that forward foray. As we mentioned, Balranald loaded up big, they had all the guns up forward, but you need the clearance if you're going to do that. Ruckman settled, Wilkins gets the ball down, the chance for the Blues, can they get on the end of it? They can't yet, the ball goes in and under, diving in over the top is Matty Nagel to ensure the ball doesn't come out. And let's see who can reset here, because in there is Ethan Gant, who we know can be dangerous.
So Lang taps over his head, only as far as Ian Fuller, however. Who goes with a high up and under ball. Kobe Lloyd and Hall battling it out on the wing. Neither able to take the mark. Dalrymple just turned his opponent inside out. Long kick inside 50 for the Blues. Bouncing ball. Nitsky, little tap to advantage. Runs into goal and has missed a lot across the face, and it will be Harrison Siraji to bring the ball back into play for the Roos.
Harrison indicating that was out on the full. Kicks it down the ground, and Jackson Nagel, unheard of, dropped an absolute sitter. Knows he's done the wrong thing, goes in and hard and gets it. Gone for mine. Free kick shall be. Umpire can change his mind. I thought he was going to call holding the football. Doesn't. And now the free kick is going to go the way. No, the umpire's going to pick the ball up, do the right thing, and just throw it in the air, get him underway. Ruckman settle at it.
Yeah, good umpiring in the end there. Comes off hands. Brad Pay might have nearly been out of bounds before he kicked it, but it's certainly out of bounds after he's kicked it. It's gone out on the full. And it'll be Jackson Nagel to bring the ball back into play for Balranald, with the Roos leading by 4 points.
Balranald kid in the white cap, that was probably a contender for the mark of the day for Swan Hill High. The kick, another shocker, comes inboard. Balranald just need to get their disposal right, dropping the footy. Great decision that. Tried the handball over the head, not forthcoming, and Balranald get the opportunity to reset. And Fuller, Ian, has the ball across half back.
So Fuller now looking to switch the play, goes out wide, finds a teammate there in Jack Sallow, who hasn't got a lot on offer, has to go over the top, finds Toby Lay, who takes the mark, still inside defensive 50 for the Roos, goes back to Jack Sallow, still inside defensive 50, Sallow now, back to Lay.
Hello, they've got their own footy, these two.
They certainly have, and all of them uncontested marks, but only just at their defensive 50.
Kicks with an up and under, puts pressure on the marking prowess of Wilkins, but he's up to it, and Big Jordan takes a mark on the outer side, known locally, if you don't mind, as Larry. Larry has the footy, outer side back flank, tries to square, dangerous football, very dangerous, especially when you kick it straight down the throat of the opposition. And Kerang will build. Oh, look at the run here coming across the ground for Sean Hunter. Didn't go in his direction though.
So Ross goes over the top, finds Dalrymple, takes the mark, wants to give the handball off over the top, the heavy side he does. Heavy side now, lowers the eyes, inside 50 to Klingon, who takes the mark. Now is that downfield?
Should be.
Or 50 rather. No, it won't be. And Tyson Klingon will line up, and he'll eventually kick from just inside. He's attacking 50 almost directly in front.
I think he's Kerang's best player today, in actual fact. He's a contender for the Cadunas Mechanical and 4x4.
To be honest, Stu, it's hard to argue with you. He has had a fair bit of the ball as Tyson Klingon from 48 metres. Shot goes all the way to the line. Spoil though from behind. Great Jackson Nagel. That was great work.
I think he made up for that drop mark, didn't he?
Certainly did. It's a rush behind. And the margin now 3 points. Balranald 5-9-39. Kerang 5-6-36. 6 minutes into the third term thanks to Houston Club Resort.
They're not going to get out of jail here because they're landing it on top of the big ruckman for the Kerang combination, and that's Nick Lang. Poor kicking. Comes out wide to Gillingham. Gillingham doesn't miss a target. Drills it out of sight, and the Blues rebank across half forward. Pay wants it at the back.
They do. It's in the hands of Hall, who loads up, goes all the way to the goal square. Fly from behind. The two Nagels went up against each other. It goes over the back to Hahn, who's taken the ground. Will have a ball up. Again, about 10 metres out from goal. Kerang doing all the attacking in this third term.
They certainly are. Ruckman go now. What's the decision here? It's going to be a shepherd out. Looks like to mine that he's indicating the free kick will go the way of Wilkins here for a block. Oh, now he's changed it around. Whoa, the crowd have really lit up here because 1 minute he's pointing one way. Now he's turned it the other, and the free kick is going the way of Caleb Nitsky. I thought he might have got in the back a little bit, but there you go. Certainly pointed one way. Everybody set up for him. But then changed his mind. Now, Kalabnitsky, point blank if you don't mind. A little bit of angle. Shouldn't be a problem. Caleb kicks it, lays back on the kick and goes through. And Kerang in the front. Kerang 6-6-42. Balranald 5-9-39. Houston Club Resort scoreboard.
Yeah, I think it was might have been a bit of a push in the back. Or I think the Balranald player and Wilkins thought he was going to get the shepherd. But I think the umpire was correct. But the unfortunate thing there was he pointed in the wrong direction, and obviously the crowd got fairly vocal about that decision.
Eventually, he was right.
Eventually, he was right, Noel.
Just upset the crowd, and certainly apple cart. But Kerang have hit the front, 42 plays 39.
They certainly have. And at the moment, now the questions are being asked of Balranald. As trying to come through there was Jyden Nagel, couldn't do so. He's wrapped up by Marty Kelly. And we'll have a ball up still inside the centre square. Yes, I agree with you, sir, and the effects microphone. Come on, you two boys, and just get on with it.
Absolutely. They will. The ruckman go forward. Lang gets the first grab, gets the second, pushes it wide. Coming through as Andrews for Balranald, pushes out in front of Salah. Can he bend and pick it up? He can't. The ball goes to Grandin underneath him there. The ball out wide under. Their effect was Fuller for Balranald. Gets a free kick. Coming out the way there, flowing through the middle there was Ryan Middlebrook for a start. Now it goes out the back, and he is off and running is Fuller.
He is. Was he dumped after he kicked it? No, said the umpire doesn't matter. Instead takes the mark. He's got Tommy Sallow out wide if he wants to go that direction. Decides instead to go long towards Fuller at the back. Connell couldn't take the mark. Gregor Knight with the clearing kick for Kerang. Looking for Josh Snitsky. Doesn't quite sit for him. Coming the other way was Nagel. Doing really well though was Brad Pay, who's taken the ground by Matt Nagel. Fuller wrapped up in a heavy tackle by Tyson Klingon. And it has lifted a touch, has it, in this third term, Glenn Stewart?
Not just a touch, a lot. Famo, the game has really picked up here, and you can see they want to win it.
Gillingham spins out of the pack. Andrews goes in underneath. Umpire calls for another ball up. Players at the back. Saraji hanging off just in case the ball squirted his way. Nagel also at the back, but Pay up onto the ball is making an impact here for the Kerang side. Ball wide. Picked up here. Socket off the ground. Forward there by Matt Nagel. Balranald desperate for a mark. Not able to get it. Chipping it across was again Lockie Ross. Got Gillingham, who just feeds off again. And Gillingham takes an easy mark.
He does. So Gillingham half-back for the Blues. Goes short to Lang, who takes the mark on the lead in front of Wilkins. Starting to get busy. As Lang now goes long down the line. Dalrymple could mark, infringe. No, said the umpire Jones. Happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw-in front of the Balranald interchange bench.
Big crowd getting animated here, boys, down there.
It certainly is. It's quite interesting down here, actually. You got one side, the Kerang side, the other side of Balranald. We're in the meets in the sandwich here.
Middle point here, 3 points up. Kerang, we've played 10 minutes into the third. Ball comes forward. Nagel, Guy gives the quick hands over to the teammate on the run. Lay drops it. Getting back is Gillingham. He doesn't mess around. He's laced out every time, and the laced out recipient is Klingon.
He does. Goes inside 50. And Caleb Nitsky takes the mark. 40 from home. Directly in front. And Nitsky will line up for his second. So big kick here. And Balranald, they will be kicking themselves. They were away, but Ned Lay spent it before he had it here on centre wing.
Kerang playing the better football at the moment around contested ball.
They certainly are, Stewie. Caleb Nitsky. This is a big kick in the context of this game. They lead by 3 points before the kick. They lead by 9 after. They go to 7-6-48 the Blues. They lead Balranald 5-9-39. And that is on the Houston Club Result scoreboard.
Changes needed here, boys. Have a look in the middle of the ground. We need to get the Balranald boys up and about if they can. But I tell you what, the running machine for Kerang. Gillingham's getting his hands on the football, and that's always dangerous because he does deliver down the ground. Central umpire has the footy. Marty Kelly been well covered. Nagel in there. Andrews in there. So Nagel's come onto the ball. That's Jyden. Who can get onto the end of this one? Andrews wants to, tries to crash and bash, not it. The player going to ground, slipped underneath the tackle with Hayden Hall, just as Nagel was about to grab him, and Hayden Hall has the ball backward of centre for Kerang.
So Hall now, well, that could have nearly been 50 because Lloyd come across the mark, but umpire lets it go. Comes down to Matt Nagel. Handballs forward to Tommy Fellow. He goes wide to Ethan Gant. Can put the afterburners on. Runs to 55. Ethan Gant. He's missed. So Balranald 5-10-40, wasting their opportunities. They trail Kerang 7-6-48, and that is on the Euston Club Resort scoreboard.
Seemingly a couple of players here have to handle the ball. Kobe Lloyd being one of them. Certainly Andrew
Lloyd.
Drew Lloyd. Another one, isn't it, boys? Kick wide. Going out wide by Hunter. Finds a teammate out there. That's Ross on the lead. Outer side. Kerang just taking the heat out of the run out of the game. A little bit of possession footy. Kicks, gets around, kicks to the boundary line on the outer side, so wide in fact it's gone over the line and out of bounds. Waste of a football going forward here, and Nagel on the outer side. Matt has the footy about 75 metres around. Has a teammate loose in the middle. It's Harrison Siraj. If he wants to use, decides not to.
He does. He goes inside 50 instead to Dryden Nagel, who takes the mark. Hard against the boundary side, leisure centre side of the ground.
It's the hardest spot in Central Murray Football League to kick a goal.
This will be a contender, the top storage solutions, if he can drill it.
Well, if anyone is going to kick it, Shuey, it is this man. So, Dryden Nagel. His team needs a goal.
Where's Lloyd? Where's Drew?
He's already had a couple of opportunities today. He's missed them both. On this occasion, he has again missed. Across the face, through for a minor score. They got a 5-11-41 Balranald. They trail Kerang 7-6-48. Been playing 13 minutes in this third term thanks to Euston Club Resort.
Kick in short by Kerang. Finds Marty Kelly. The Blues want the run. They've got it. Outer side. Numbers favour them. Need to come inboard because there's nobody on the half forward line. Duck, weave, go back on the outer side. Quick kick down the ground. Clever 40 on the lead was Taylor Neski. Using his body and using his run. Gets the ball into the forward line.
He does. Goes long for Pay. It's a hole. It's against Jack Jones. It'll be going to Brad Pay. And Brad Pay will line up 30 metres out directly in front of goal and look to give Kerang a 13-point lead.
I'm not sure there's much in that one there, but good news by Brad Pay, though. When you put your body in front, if there's a free kick to be paid, the umpire will pay it, but I didn't think it was there.
Yeah, man in front always gets rewarded. There's Pay looking for his third. Kick on its way. He snuck it home. And Kerang, they sneak away. 8-6-54. They lead Balranald 5-11-41. And that is on the Euston Club Resort scoreboard.
And a real quarter of waste opportunity by Balranald. I mean, every time Kerang have moved in the forward line, they've scored goals and done well, whereas Balranald just wastes the footy at the moment, and there's clearly been Kerang's quarter of footy so far.
Jordan Nagel was not happy. I don't think he's having a chat to a couple of the umpires about what's going on too. He was not happy. King has the ball back in the middle of the ground. Balranald under the pump. Kerang really going well here. They've got the well-oiled machine up and running, and have a look at that. Out of the centre of the ground goes Marty Kelly. Kicks down to Dalrymple. The ball didn't quite sit for him. Marty Kelly goes back, applies the pressure. Quick hands out the back of the pack by Jackson Nagel. Chance for Sello to lower his eyes. Does. Kicks down the ground, but again the numbers favour Kerang. Clever football. Really clever. Sees the ball out wide, but chipping in nicely there is Lay. Ned kicks the ball into the half-forward line, but the ruckman getting back in Nick Lang. Just starting to have a bigger influence.
He is starting to have a big say on this game. Is Nick Lang goes short and wide out towards Lockie Ross in between wing and half-back for the Blues. Goes down the line, but Jackson Nagel takes the intercept mark in front of Michael Dalrymple, who was none too pleased that the kick wasn't to his advantage as Nagel goes long now. Up towards Dryden Nagel. Sean Hunter floats across in front. Couldn't take the mark. Nagel now. Clever little handball out to Drew Lloyd. He needs to give it over the top. Decides instead to go to Nagel, who's caught from behind. That's holding the ball. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Kerang.
Well, they need to settle here. Kerang just drove him into the ground, but I don't know why you would. You've got the advantage. You've got the run. You've got the free kick. Oh, there's a bit going on behind too now.
Yeah, both sides need to be careful here that they don't give away silly free kicks and get people sent off as well too. This is a critical part of the game, and they need to keep everyone level-headed, really.
Free kick going the way of Ryan Gillingham for Kerang. Steadies, kicks to the outer side toward Lang. Ball comes off, hands to the pack, close to the boundary line. Can Wilkins get back? He can't. In time, the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. And the umpire has picked a free kick. He's going to take a little bit of respect back out of it to give it to the umpires in Michael Dalrymple, giving away the free kick, and Wilkins will take it on the outer side.
Yeah,
not much in it again.
No, but probably just a decision to take control back, I would think, Noel, as the kick comes in towards Jida Nagel, but the mark taken by Jesse Clark, sat in front in the hole. Swan Hill High, mark of the day contender, quickly moves the ball on, goes out wide to Hahn, who goes down the line looking for Josh Nitsky, worked off the ball there by Jack Sello. He's the first one back. Little handball off to Ian Fuller at half-back for Balranald.
Fuller goes in toward the centre of the ground. Numbers favour Kerang if it carries the pack, which it's done. And now the back comes heavy side, settles over the footy, all steady, kicks long into the forward line. Some gutsy marks required here. And floating across the front is Jackson Nagel. Gets it out wide to Ian Fuller.
He does. So Fuller now marks, just told to steady things down here for Balranald. Decides to go short to Jack Sello, who showed a little bit of it to Riley Smith, but took the mark. He goes down the line, poor kick, missed the target. Tommy Sello able to stop Sam Heavyside in his tracks, but unable to get it back off Kerang as Gillingham. Little centering ball finds Marty Kelly in the middle of the ground.
Just Kerang looks to settle a little bit. I think the Roos are hunting the ball a little bit too much here. The ball kicked out wide, going to ground underneath the pack. There was Coates. Ball close to the outer side boundary line. In fact, now over right in front of the scoreboard, which is favouring the Kerang side. Very, very experienced finals campaigners are the Blues. Kerang, 8 goals, 654. Balranald, 5-11. Had plenty of shots at goal, 5-11. That's the Euston Club Resort scoreboard.
So ball tossed back into play. Wilkins with the tap down to the front. And Nitsky trying to run on the loose ball, couldn't do so. And we're going to...
Out in the full, boys.
I think it might be out on the full. You might be right, Matt. As Jack Sello now to take it for Balranald. Comes across the face. Dangerous kick. Dalrymple able to get the spoil to the ball and eventually gets it over the boundary line, but that's probably fortunate for Balranald because Dalrymple really could have marked and made them pay then.
It's probably showing the two sides at the moment. Balranald just trying everything at the moment, whereas Kerang are just much more composed with their kicks and their handballs.
Boundary umpire gives it plenty too, gives the ruckman an opportunity to run full tilt. Coming through as Coates, had the footy, spun, dispossessed. Coming through as Marty Kelly, not able to get clear run at it as Sello had to doing a lot of defensive work, a lot of heavy work here at the moment. Hands the ball back to the central umpire, who puts it aloft. Again, the ball comes straight back down in under, and in underneath it there for Balranald was Helgland.
So still inside. Attacking 54, Kerang off hands, comes now to pay. He's claimed in a tackle by Matt Nagel, and he's not going to break clear of that. As we'll get another ball up. Kerang doing all the attacking in this third term. They've kicked the only 4 goals of the quarter. Heavy side, little handball on the Nitsky on the outside, but he's wasted and has missed. So 8-7-55 Kerang. They lead Balranald 5-11-41. Just entered time on third term on the Euston Club Resort scoreboard.
Boys, it's a bit of a scrap mentality at the moment, seeming to suit the Kerang boys, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does, because they're a little bit more assured with their possessions, as Shane was saying, by hand and foot. They're making sure they're hitting the targets, where Balranald are just tending to overuse the footy, and they've just lost their concentration a little bit.
Just lost their mojo.
Yes, that too.
Lloyd, well, he's going to try and kick around here. Going through the middle was Nagel. Does so, finds a teammate. Gee, that was a hot kick. Had to be spot on. Was Lay got the footy through the middle. Now wants to go with Nagel. Lead up. Jiden says, leave it. Give it to me. Cut players wide. One of them is right out here in front of us. It's Saraji. Got the footy on the burst. Has to use it. Use it well. Gets down the ground to Lloyd. That's Drew, who will swing wide.
He does. Centering ball over the head of Ethan Gant. Riley Smith intercept. Little handball off the Nitsky. Now it's the Blues' turn to attack. He goes to Tyson Klingon, who's been very good this afternoon. Klingon now can send Kerang inside 50. He does. Goes in the direction of Brad Pay, but taking the mark at the back, Jack Solo, who's also been very good this afternoon and a contender for the Cadinas Mechanical and 4x4 best on ground.
Looks across, finds Jackson Nagel, goes out wide, finds Lloyd. That's Kobe with the 40. Takes an easy mark, but unfortunately for him, cannot progress from there. There's nobody to kick to. Jack Sallow has to make ground. Will he take the risk and pull the trigger and come inboard? He won't. He kicks down the line, looking for a big mark or a contest on the centre wing area. Gets the second. The contest close to the boundary line. Gillingham falls on top of the 40 central umpire, a long way from it, but calls correctly. Give it to me, boys, and we will ball it up. We are 22 minutes into the third, and it's Kerang 8-7-55, Balranald 5-11-41, 13-32, 3SH.
So ball now, tap down centre wing, and we might quickly take this opportunity to cross over to Phoebe for a netball update.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Swans are officially the 2023 Netball A-grade premiers. In an extra time thriller, they got up by 6 goals in the end, 50-44, and yeah, they took out the win in an absolutely incredible game.
So ball off hands now, and we're going to get another ball up here, centre wing, far side of the ground, and yeah, obviously a very close result there with Swan Hill getting the win over Lake Boga this afternoon in the A-grade netball as it's worked to the outside. Hahn for Kerang inside 50. Caleb Nitsky off hands at the back. Jack Solo gives a little one over to Jackson Nagel, who runs one way then the next, then thumps it onto the boot through the hands of Ian Fuller. Conlon at the back. Dick Well gets it back to Fuller outside of the boot looking for Stead. Can't take the mark. Ross is right back there. Took the tackle. Oh, was that holding the ball? It should be. It will be. So Ben Fuller,
50.
and it'll be 50 as well. In fact, it'll be Jared Stead, but I reckon it might have been Ben Fuller that applied the tackle. And Jared Stead will be the recipient from point blank range here for the Roos. Comes in and kicks the goal. His second of the season. What a time to get your second goal of the year. And Balranald, they go to 6-11-47. They trail Kerang 8-7-55 on the Euston Club Resort scoreboard.
And we mentioned in the second quarter there, if your key forwards aren't taking marks or kicking goals, they need to still do the second efforts. In that situation there, Ben Fuller, the ball came in along to Ben Fuller. He contested the footy. He came to ground. He followed up. He was able to put pressure on. He laid the first tackle, went to ground, and Jared Stead was lucky enough to be there as well too. He put the second tackle on and was awarded the free kick. And then Kerang did the leading, rolled the ball back to Jared Stead, which was an automatic 50-metre penalty. But you can just see there, Balranald have still got to go to be able to get this ball moving forward. They've just been poor with their execution of their skills. They've been turning the ball over too quickly, and Kerang have been making them pay.
Two clever players. Ian Fuller was really good on that occasion. Yeah, he might have got a little bit of the touch on the way through, but clever enough just to get the ball on the outer side to that contest. And then, of course, earlier in the game, it was Colin Andrews just with a little bit of flair. So Balranald hanging in by the skin of their teeth, and Dinah Nagel goes in the middle. Speaking of Andrews, he also has gone in. This is a vital centre clearance. Umpire. Crowd really up and about here. Paddled backwards, picked up by Heaviside. He's had an influence. The ball comes out wide. Lloyd, slipped at the very crucial moment there. Bent back in and put the tackle on. Balranald able to go forward. That was Kobe Lloyd who put that tackle on. If they score out of it, we'll put it down for him, I reckon. The ball paddled forward. Numbers favour Kerang. Go at the back of the back. It's Gregor Knight who holds his body, but a kick that comes out the way of Ian Fuller. He can unload into the forward line. Goes to the pocket. The big fella comes out. Can he get the do it? Ben Fuller, deep into time on. Bringeth a moment, bringeth a man. Fuller to Fuller, Glenn Stewart.
Certainly was, and the thing about that was he called the ball at that position as well too, and Ian Fuller just knew where to kick it to, and it was a great mark.
If this is a goal, look out, Kobe Lloyd. I'm going to put it down to it's not. It's another minor score. Bent the knee, trying to be a little cute with a kick. You got to kick him hard. Balranald 6-12-48, Kerang 8-7-55. Houston Club Resort scoreboard.
So, better passage of play here for Balranald. They've probably owned the last 5 minutes. There can't be long left in this third term. They probably need another one just to tighten that margin up heading into the last quarter. Davis for for Kerang. Called the play on. Goes long, down the line. Jackson Nagle will be the fly. He takes the mark. Wants to get it going. Wastes no time. Knows there's not long to go. Into the middle to Broham, who goes to 50. He goes long. Poor kick at the back. Ross. And also Hunter, in fact it was Gregor Knight, can raffle it. And Knight goes short to Jesse Clark in the pocket.
Jesse Clark out of side. Broham looked up the ground, took off, then realised there was absolutely nobody to kick to. The Blues build through the middle of the ground. They run. They want the run. They want the second handball. Oh, the tackle didn't quite stick. Jordan Nagle, if he gets out of him, he'll make it stick. The kick, and up and under. Clever football on the outside here by Kaladitsky. Gets the footy on the run. It'll be a long bomb into the forward line. Can somebody take a mark before the final siren? Getting back. Marty Kelly's picked it off the pack. Marty Kelly's had a shot. It hits the behind post, which means it's over line and out of bounds. Can't be long to go. 27 gone in the all-important third quarter. And it is Kerang 8-7-55. Been a good quarter. They lead Balranald 6-12-48.
It is down at Kerang's attacking end of the ground. Boundary throw in, back into play. Wilkins taps it down, only as far as Klingon, who was run down from behind. Should be holding the ball. Will be. Good tackle there from Jones. So now, is there time from Balranald to go from one end to the other? Comes wide. Spots up Ian Fuller, who marks defensive 50 for the Roos.
Wait is the call. Now he's got to wait because it's just going to mean that the defender's going to get across. Jordan Nagle will be the target. He's the only route forward of the footy. Having said that, there's plenty of correct players back, and a big mark pulled in by Josh Hunter through centre wing.
So Hunter, handballs off to Sean Hunter, who tries to get around Matt Nagle, does so. Goes long up towards half-court. Jones to the fly from behind, had to spoil. Siraji, front position, handball to Andrews, who handballs back to Siraji. Umpire wanted to call out of bounds. In the end, didn't. And Balranald through Fitzgerald marks at half-back.
One last chance for the Roos. They come short. Risk and reward. Matty Nagle gets on the end of it. True centre wing. Jordan trying to make ground. Does. Goes toward boundary side. Wants to go long with the footy. The Balranald players are going too slowly here. Kerang have been able to set. Let's watch the kick. Jordan Nagle. Big leap across the back by Hunter. The ball out the back. Who can get there first? Jordan Nagle's on the end of it. Gets a kick. Sits it up. Sits it up for Fuller. Fuller is run! Jordan Nagle clear the run up. Goes down with Cram. Keep an eye on it. I reckon he had a little look there, boys, on the boundary. Compliments of Mawson's concrete.
No, he certainly did. He came through that pack there and he knew exactly where Benny Fuller was. Ben had set himself up in front of Truck Davis there and protected the space.
Oh, absolutely has to kick this goal. And Ben Fuller brings up his third. Balranald 7. And it is a 1-point ball game. Kerang got away, but the Roos fight back. 29 gone. It is Kerang 8-7-55, Balranald 7-12-54.
So while Kerang has probably dominated the first 20 minutes of the quarter and kicked the first 4 goals, Balranald owned this last 10 minutes here and showed how dynamic they actually are and was able to kick these couple of goals here. Game on there, 1 point in it, as you say, Noel, and just, this probably centre bounce is really critical. There's probably a minute left to go. Who could score out of here?
Third quarters, don't you love them?
Oh, well, we said it was the premiership quarter. We still don't know who will be holding the cup aloft at the end of this game, but Marty Kelly, handball out the front, the heavy side from the clearance, runs to 55, long kick, not quite going to get the journey, tap back into play. Jack Sello back there will be happy to rush it through as the siren beats them all. It will be a behind.
Could be a critical point, boys.
It will be, yes. Well, you're right, Matt. It very well could be, but it is Kerang by 2 points after trailing by 10 at half-time. They lead at the final change. 8-8-56 Kerang, Balranald 7-12-54. Don't go.
Mitsubishi, Hyundai and Isuzu Used, Big Change Hotel Kerang, Harvey Norman and Club Barham.
Final quarter of season 2023 to be brought to you by Sid Wilson Auto Electrics. It is Kerang by 2 points at three-quarter time. We might quickly go down to the boundary. Thanks to Mawson's Concrete, to Glenn Stewart and Matt Curran.
Thanks, mate. Coatsy, he said it's all about fitness. Fitness is on our side, guys. We played in these conditions last week. It's 30 minutes of football. We've got to go with speed. It's all about moments. And stuff the game plan, it's about determination.
And the Balranald one was pretty excited as well too. It was going 2 points in it. And Tommy Lister actually took most of the instruction before the quarter on break there. And it's just talking about short kicks. When they go into the forward line, just shorten those kicks and then go long deep. Pressure again. That's all they need this quarter as well too.
Jordan Nagel, centre half forward.
Okay, boys, just quickly before we get underway, who wins from here?
Kerang for me.
I'm going to go still Balranald.
I'll stick with Balranald.
Righto, Balranald for me. Last quarter brought to you by Sid Wilson Auto Electrics. Here's Noel Watson.
Out of the centre of the ground, it's Nitsky. Josh with the 40, kicks long. Mark required for Balranald, not able to be forthcoming. Pay has the 40, kick smothered. Clever smother there by Jackson Nagel. Pay has the football in front. Shepherd required, Shepherd given. Lloyd, trip. Fine as the call. No, it wasn't given. It was going out the back. It comes out to Kerang, who should lower the eyes and get it across to Dalrymple. Dropped the 40, pushed it out wide. Lloyd, Kobe wants it, not able to get it. Picked up pocket here. Picked up pocket. Troy Coates. Troy Coates has done the miraculous kick a goal from absolutely nowhere. And Kerang moved to 9-8, 62. Balranald 7-12, 54. Straight up front, first goal. Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard.
And you talk about the top story solution goal of the day. I mean, a really important goal, but good work there by Coach. He was able to just pick the ball off the ground and then turn onto his unnatural side, his left side, and was able to dribble the goal home from about 35. Really important start for the Kerang man.
Certainly is. That's the start they would have wanted, the Blues. Back out to an 8-point lead inside the first minute of the final quarter. Neither ruckman able to get a clean possession as it comes down now. In fact, it's going to be a free kick.
Yep.
It's going to go the way of Balranald and Drew Lloyd. And, they will consider themselves unlucky there because Heavyside was away from that clearance. And they were going to go forward again, but instead it's going back the other way with Lloyd, who's been injected into the middle of the ground. Goes over the head of his teammate out the back nose. Fitzgerald takes the tackle on, taking the ground. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up 40 metres from home at Balranald's attacking end of the ground.
He did take the tackle on, he was lucky.
In some respects, a good decision here, good result, if you like, for the Balranald side. The kick out of the ruck where it goes the way of Hahn, kicks it to the outer side. Dalrymple, will the ball sit for him? No, it sits for the player with number 31 on his back, and that's Ian Fuller for Balranald, who squares it up to the centre of the ground. Players from both sides hold. In underneath there is Lloyd. Kobe, as the football goes to ground, the umpire calls for a ball up. Right on the 50-metre line here, Balranald ever so slightly into attack.
So ball now, true centre half forward position for Balranald. Lang with a tap over the back. Gant was probably held. Umpire lets it go. Drew Lloyd picks it up, wants the handball to Middlebrook, does so. Gant just got in his way, then missed the target over the head of Ian Fuller, and it's taken by Ryan Gillingham.
Gillingham gets the kick into the half-forward line, or tired players. Drop decision, so play on the call. The umpire was hanging off the mark. Dalrymple gets the big frame in front. Can Balranald get it out, or is it going to be Kerang? It's neither. Goes in under the pack. And an 8-point lead to Kerang, 9-8-62. Balranald 7-12-54. That's on the Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard. 13-32. 3SH, stay with us.
So Lang was held in the ruck contest. It'll be a free kick. It will be. Had the jumper held. So Lang for the Blues will send them inside 50. At the moment, they lead by 8 points.
Jesse Clark going back, carrying a little bit of a niggle on the knee.
So Lang now goes wide, looking for Caleb Nitsky. Marks on the chest. Out in front of Toby Lay. Over in the leisure centre pocket. It'll be a difficult kick from there, but Nitsky will line them up nonetheless.
Nitsky comes back inboard. Ball checking here. Michael Dalrymple has got off the chain, finds himself right on the 50. Now, the man on the mark is going to stand on the 50. Dalrymple will have to kick from about 55, but he's pretty confident. All the big guns are back too. Lang, importantly, we know he can take a mark. Lloyd is back for Balranald if it needs a punch through. The kick long, long, deep. The ball comes off the hands of the pack. In front, Balranald. They need a quick hand. They get it. Comes out the back of the pack through Kobe Lloyd. Kicks towards centre wing, getting back and taking an easy mark, though, to Dash Davis for Kerang.
He does. So Davis now goes short to Josh Nitsky, who can take the game on. Decides to kick inside 50 off the chest of Troy Coates. Klingon just getting in his way at the crucial moment. Kobe Lloyd's kick, though, has gone out of bounds on the full. And it will be coming straight back through the boots of Josh Hunter.
Jiden Nagle trying to edge an inch or two if he can, and why not? Hunter with the footy, lays it short, checking again. Where are the young ballers to get down the ground? Because Sam Heavyside knocking up, getting kicks in this the second half. An opportunity to go square, doesn't call the play on, just sits it out in front of Coates, who gets the big fist away, up the back of the pack. Good running here by Saraji, and the bruiser out through Ian Fuller out of side.
So Fuller, who's been really good this afternoon, Ian's mechanical 4x4 best on ground contender, goes short over the top, finds Sallow, who marks halfback for Balranald, but they are at the wrong end of the ground of the Roos. They trail by 8 points, goes down the line. Wilkins will be the target, off hands. In fact, it's been a mark paid at the back to Lockie Ross, and Ross on centre wing will take it for the Blues.
Absolute contender for the Swan Hill Higher mark of the day, boys.
Yes, no, it was a beautiful mark at the back of the pack. Good work by Rossi.
Ross gets a kick across the ground. Some of the defensive work here by Reynolds just falling apart because Kerang have gone forward, and Smith has taken the mark. Riley Smith took a mark when the big fist was required. It wasn't forthcoming. Trying to mark over the top was Sello. Smith at the front, needed the big fist, and Riley Smith takes the mark to kick on goal about 25 out on a slide angle, but very, very gettable for the club best and fairest. Riley Smith lays across as the goal umpire does plenty of work, but he comes back to the middle, and Riley Smith brings up the 10, Kerang 10-8-68, Balranald 7-12-54. But boys, we saw this in the third. Kerang get away, Balranald come back.
They certainly did, but I mean, you talk about Swan Hill High marks of the day. I mean, that was a great mark there. Under pressure there, you're right, the Balranald bloke should have spoiled. You just wonder here how much it's taking out of the Balranald ones to come back in that third quarter there. There's a few of them are starting to look a bit tired, and you wonder how much energy they got left in them.
You certainly do, Matt. And at the moment it is Kerang finishing with all the running. Balranald, they need to answer, and they need to do it fast. There's only 6 minutes gone in this final quarter, but Kerang are looking like the winners at this point. Free kick going the way of Balranald. It'll go to Matt Nagle for a hold off the ball. So Nagle now, being really busy in the first half, needs to get the ball forward, goes to Brother Jiden, takes the mark, half forward, wheels and goes, gets onto the right boot, goes long, Ben Fuller at the back, umpire's found a free kick.
Holding.
It's going to go the way of Fuller. Benny Fuller, it should be. He's pointed in the wrong direction, I think. And it will be a free kick to Ben Fuller.
Yep.
So Fuller now from 20 metres out, almost directly in front, and this is a massive kick in Balranald's season.
We've seen plenty of the little holes paid, and he had to pay it, it was there.
Fuller must kick this, his fourth of the day, and he duly salutes. They go to 8-12-60, back to an 8-point margin, 10-8-68 Kerang, and that is on the Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard 7 minutes into the final term.
And you're right, Noel. I mean, if it's there, you've got to pay it as well too. We talked about it earlier in the game about Brad Page holding front position and getting a free kick. Same thing there. Ben Fuller was holding front position against Troy Davis, and Jiden Nagle was kicking to his side. He made Davis panic and give away the free kick.
Colin Andrews having a little bit of a Tate down the back end there with looks like Shawnee Hunter. Now this centre clearance, this is just vital. Kerang wanted wide just to reinforce. Balranald wanted forward to try and peg back. Who can get the clearance? Let's have a bit of a look. It comes back across. A player held, but it's Balranald not able to get the footy cleanly. Little Soccer Underwood. And again, Kerang just sitting off the pack. Niski kicks the ball out wide. Dalrymple not able to get across. In fact, it's Niski Kalin. Swings on the right. Has a play loose. And that is Dalrymple who holds the footy up and says, I've got the mark. Oh, he's played on. He's called the... No, the umpire says no. He's gone for mine. He took a side step.
He did play on. He went around his mark there, but lucky not to get called play on.
And from my vantage point, the umpire really needs to get over and actually put him on the right angle as well.
Dalrymple kicks off the side of the boot. It's going to come back on the breeze though. Distance is going to be a problem. It's going to be punched through for a minor score. Kerang move along to 10-9-69, a 9-point lead. Balranald 8-12-60. Only 10 minutes in, and that's on the Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard.
So Jackson Nagle now to bring the ball back into play for the Roos. Goes short into the pocket to Jack Jones, who took a one-handed mark. And you could hear everybody in the crowd just hold their breath.
He made the easy look difficult there.
He certainly did. Jones now goes long down the line. Dryden Nagle the target. The fly from the side came from Drew Lloyd. Ends up in the hands of Ethan Gant. He's going the wrong way. Handball missed the target. Taken by Klingon. Good smother there by Gant. They'll want the boundary. They find it. And we'll have a boundary thrown 65 metres around from goal. Kerang's attacking end of the ground.
Just couldn't get a handball away, Matty, could he?
No, he couldn't. And but look, that's pressure here at the moment. I mean, there's a bit of panic in both sides at the moment. They just don't want to make mistakes, but they just don't do the right thing either.
Dryden Nagle's gone forward. Wants a quick kick down in his direction. Not going to be forthcoming. Quick hands. Goes inboard. Player ducking and diving. Slipping underneath them there was Heavyside. Dropped the 40-line. Lovely tackle applied here. And the free kick will go the way of the Balranald side through Ethan Gant, who wants to get up and get going.
He does. Straight down the middle, looking for Jared Stead. Couldn't take the mark. Hardy Kelly maybe held. No, said the umpire. Then picks it up, runs into a dead end. Little tack forward. Gets it out in front of Matt Nagle. Couldn't find a teammate though. Ross, half back. High kick up and under. Spoiled from behind by Jack Jones. Middlebrook came in hard. In fact, it was Middlebrook. Now Sallow had it. That was Tom. Troy Coates tries to win it for his team. Marty Kelly puts the head over the ball, picks it up, but he's quickly claimed by 3 Roos and ridden into the ground.
She's a tough game out here at the moment, boys.
That's what you want. It's a grand final. It's 10-9-69 Kerang. Balranald 8-12-60. Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard. We've just kicked over into 11 minutes into the last. Ruckland go at it. Beautiful palm down there. Comes away of Heavyside, whose kick has gone out of bounds on the full after Nick Lang gave him an armchair ride forward. Kick dangerous into the forward line. Numbers favour Kerang. Why would you do it? Nitsky's on the end of it. Kick across the ground. There is Riley Smith has the player right beside him. Balranald wanted quick hands. Can they get it? No, there's player held. Hasn't got the footy. Spinning out the back of the pack with the Raji. Wants to get going, quickly does, goes to the outer side, and Balranald try to move it to the fat side.
They do. Jack Sallow comes out wide to Dryden Nagle, who marks in between wing and half back. Now goes down the line, looking for Connell, who's been quiet today, but a good mark there in front of Gregor Knight. So Connell, what can send Balranald inside 50, goes long, looking for Fuller on the lead. Nagle takes the mark. 25 metres out from goal, directly in front. And he will go back and make the margin if he kicks truly 3 points.
Total concentration there was on Ben Fuller, and he just snuck in the back, Matty Nagle.
So Matt Nagle looking for his first this afternoon. His team 12 minutes into the final term, trailed by 9 points before the kick. Kick on its way. It's within a goal. 9-12-66 Balranald. They've kicked the last couple. Kerang 10-9-69 on the Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard.
Good work there by Balranald. They ran it out of the back pocket. They got it up onto the half-forward line. And you're right, Steve Connell has probably a dirty day by his standards. He was able to take the mark, a good chest mark, kicked it high to the about 15 metres out, 20 metres out. It was looking for Fuller. Fuller realised that he wasn't going to get the ball and that Matt Nagle was going to come in and take the mark, and Fuller didn't contest to make sure that Matt was able to take the mark, and then Matt went back and kicked through the footy. Noel, you would have been pretty happy with that.
I was very happy, and I'm very happy to see Tyson Klingon come back on for Kerang, because he's a big contender for our Canoes Mechanical and 4x4. The ball wide. Kerang has the footy in front. Tackled, thrown to ground. Ball goes forward a little bit for the Balranald combination. Andrews screaming his lungs out between centre half and full forward. Give me some room to operate. Jackson Nagle, Dryden Nagle says get over there, and the ball comes to ground from the ruckwork. Free kick goes the way of Jordan Wilkins, who plays on quickly. Kicks into the forward line. Fuller shut it out of a lovely mark taken by the player for Kerang, and a 50-metre penalty will be paid as Kerang should take the advantage. No, hang on, we're waiting to find out if it's going to be reversed. Now, the central umpire is just waiting to find out if it's going to be reversed. No, it's not. It's going to have to come back. It will be a 50-metre penalty. Now, umpire King saying, where is it? It's down the ground.
Well,
Okay. They should be flooding. We know it's a free kick. It's going the way it's gone under. He's got the ball in the centre of the ground.
So he goes short, finds Nick Lang. Wilkins was late on the scene. Umpire said no. It's a mark. Lang sends Kerang inside 50. Riley Smith at the back. Fly from Jack Seller. Umpire lets it go. Play. Little handball over the top to brother Ned. Can't quite take possession. Boundary line wins out. We'll have a throw in. Attacking 50 over in front of the Leisure Centre. Kerang end of the ground.
Just as well it went over because Ryan Gillingham was lurking, and when he gets it, he's dangerous. Ruckman settle in front, push out over the back, comes to Heavyside, who's been really good. Kicks ball into the Dalrymple area. Balranald able to get onto it. The ball goes forward, player diving in, free kick, hold in the back, whatever you like, but it's going the way of Balranald, who've got the footy. True centre half back. Oh, risk and reward. It's going to be going towards Jack Jones. Can he get on the end of it? He let it go over his head. Has to pick it up and do something creative. Steps around his opposition now. Kicks it down the ground, but straight to a nest of Kerang players. And coming in to take that really courageous mark was Gregor Knight.
So Knight now, centre wing for the Blues. Needs to find a target. Goes in the direction of Dalrymple. Helmsley did really well to affect the spoil. And it will be a ball up, half forward for Kerang. Both teams really attacking this contest at the moment, boys.
They certainly are. It's lifted another notch as well too, and halfway through this last quarter here, it's an exciting finish.
Lang pushes the ball towards boundary side, getting across there, not able to pick it up as Jones. Oh, too lazy. It's still in play if you don't mind. Keep your eye on the ball, son, because it was still in play. Both from both sides converge. What was Jack Jones thinking?
You're right, Noel. He was just too lazy. He just wanted to go to the boundary line. You've got to be certain these last 15 minutes are just critical.
Cannot let anything slip.
No, you've got to want the ball. This is the time when you put your head over it and win it for your team. Comes out now. Heavyside does exactly that, but so does Dryden Nagel. And he stops him in his tracks. Both players wanting this one. And we'll get a ball up 55 metres from goal. And there are some tired and sore bodies on either side of the fence at the moment.
Central. Rosen. Holding, pushing it wide, coming through is Kelly. Not able to get it. Quick hands over to Lloyd. Coming through the middle. He needs to get rid of it through. Does just. Coming through out to the back of the Kobe. Lloyd goes the old back and square on. He will carry the packet. Doesn't. Holds the finish. Ball laid and drop. He's a left footer. Goes to ground. Holds the ball in. Has to push it out or he's got big drop work. Umpire says no. It must have come off a correct foot to go back in because it looked like he scooped it back in. And a little bit of an advantage here with Balranald inside their 50. And at the moment is a 3-point game. Look out if Balranald can get a mark in their forward line. Kerang want to get a clearance.
So tap down now. Leaving it behind there was Fitzgerald. Hands and knees. Matt Nagel couldn't take it. Little kick forward there by Clark. Now taken by Drew Lloyd. Wants to wheel onto the left boot. Does. Bullet tracks the pass to Fuller, but it's marked by Lockie Ross top of the goal square. Just wasn't kicked to his advantage. And Ross takes the mark in defence. 17.5 minutes gone. Final term. It is Kerang by 3 points.
Ross and Davis doing the double team at full back, so Balranald need to find another avenue. Go shorter, as Jide said at three-quarter time. Drop your eyes. Davis, truck. Last game for Kerang. Kicks it on the outside. Big leap over the top. Not able to be taken to the mark. There was Jackson Nagel. Ball's going to go straight back in again, but again it's Ross who chips in and takes a steadier. They still need to keep the momentum going here, Kerang. They're only a few points up. A quick goal and she's a major turnaround here. Decides to go short. Finds Marty Kelly on the lead.
So Marty Kelly now plays on. Wants to take on Andrews on the mark. Does so. Goes, he runs his full measure. Probably could have been a free kick. In fact,
it
will be. And Andrews,
he called it.
It'll be downfield, is it? I think. He's pointed the other
for the card.
They want to be careful here, boys. I mean, there's some really rough play in that contest there.
Advantage taken down the other end. Kerang have gone forward. The kick down out wide. Mark taken in by Hayden. Still over the eye. Speaking of dropping the footy in front. Does. Balranald can't overrun the football. It's gone in. Chapay gets it up and under. Plans to call it. Cuts over the line and out of bounds. It is absolutely on here. It is 3 points. I would suggest the player has been turned off, and that will be Colin Andrews. Andrews coming from the ground.
I actually think two of them. I think Marty Kelly and Colin Andrews, boys, I think.
Andrews and Kelly coming up out of blue. They're still even out there. The ball thrown back in. Ball comes forward of the pack. Balranald apply the tackle. The central umpire says, hey, no, boys, just throw it up again. So Marty Kelly and Andrews off. It'll just give more space for the forwards to operate in.
The World tap over the back from Lang. Comes down to the front. The shot on goal is offline. It's missed everything. That was from Hahn. And it'll be out of bounds on the full. Bring it back into play. Oh, that's not the best of kicks. Tom Sallow went hard for the ball, as did Hunter. And we'll get another ball up, 55 metres from goal. Kerang at the air, attacking into the ground.
Coming straight off the ground to Kerang.
Took a heavy knock.
He took a really heavy knock. Ball comes forward. Ruckman at it. Netsky picks it up. Comes forward to the pack. In underneath there was Matt Nagel. Took the footy. No option. No movement at all. And he has the resultant ball back to the central umpire, who calls for clearance from behind. There's not a lot of room out there, boys. Oh, there's a push. Free kick has to go away off Balranald. It does. And Jordan Wilkins will be on the end of it. Now let's see if they can get some run and spread Balranald.
Now just ticked over into time on as well. Wilkins hands off to Drew Lloyd. Wants to go through the middle of the ground. Finds brother Kobe. Now they cross into there, attacking half the ground. The Roos goes on the floor. Was he held from behind? Umpire said no. The free kick to Lockie Ross. A remark. You can take your pick, either one.
There's got to be a better option.
There does, and they're not listening to what the coach said at three-quarter time. They need to be going short there, because there's two on Ben Fuller. They need to be lowering their eyes and find a free player on the half-forward line.
Absolutely. The kick goes short to Jesse Clark. That's twice Balranald have lost footy by just bombing long. The kick comes back out wide to Ross. Ross should find a target down the ground. Looks for the lead, and that lead is by the big fella in Lang. Nick Lang, centre wing outside, playing like a ruck rover, getting a lot of the footy. He's kicked down the ground. Great attempt on the mark on the outer side there by Jackson Nagel. Numbers favour Kerang. Little smother of the handball by Lay. Sees the ball over the line and out of bounds as Kerang starts to reload. It's ebb and flow.
21 minutes gone. Final term, it is Kerang. Looking to go back-to-back, leading by 3 points. Ball at their half-forward line, tossed back into play. Wilkins gets it down to the front. Helgeland had it, lost it. Tom Sallow picks up the loose ball. He's taken the ground. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up. Still at half-forward for the Blues.
At the back of the pack, further up the field, and Seth Conlon, you can get onto the end of it, but it's going to go straight back over the line and out of bounds. 2, 4, 6, 8 players forward of centre here for Balranald, so plenty of open country to work in. A lot of players, a lot of tired players out there at the moment. It's going to take a Herculean effort to kick a couple for either side here. The ball carries the back, out the back. Fuller goes in. Ian, the ball is out there. Nobody able to get on it. Again, the central umpire says, flick it out the back to me, and we'll have another shot at it. For those that don't know, that's the fire siren in the background. Ruckman go for it. Lang pushes it over the back.
Does, gets it only as far as Matt Nagel, who had it, lost it. Crowd wanted ball. Now Nitsky with a long shot at goal. That's a goal. And that might nearly be the first nail in the coffin for the Blues. Josh Nitsky, he gets his first of the afternoon. They go to 11.9.75. Balranald 9.12.66 on the Sid Wilson Auto Electric scoreboard.
And after about 10 minutes of this arm wrestle there, this might just break the game open here. For Josh Nitsky to kick that goal for Kerang, it might be the first nail, as you say, from in the coffin of Balranald.
Central umpire, crucial here for the Balranald combination to get a clearance. Drew Lloyd goes in. Going back there is Jyden Nagel, but Kerang, they've been really good. Getting up high there is Lang, he's been really good. Jyden Nagel goes in, shrugs the tackle, has to go all out here. Kicks down long, big leap over the back, ball comes to ground. In underneath there is Broham, has the footy, wants a teammate wide, has one, has to get the second handball away. Oh, the umpire's fallen, and the free kick is going the way of Sam Heavyside, who really has been good this second half.
He certainly has. He goes wide. Tom Sallow with the spoil though. Now taken by Drew Lloyd, gets it on to Sallow. He wants to get it back to Lloyd instead. Kicks Lloyd with a diving mark down low. Now, tough kick from there. there, hard against the boundary. Lloyd loads up, all the way to the goal square, wants Fuller, can't take the mark. Front position was Gant, he overruns it. Going back there was Josh Hunter. In there as well, tried to Nagel, did he get in the back? No, said the umpire. It'll be a ball up, 30 metres out from goal, directly in front for Balranald. They need the score from this passage of play.
The Hunter thumping, the ball goes out wide. Nagel, Jiden, can he run onto it? No, he can't. Throws the body in though, the ball's loose. It's bobbing around. Who can get on the end of it? Broham? No, it's not Broham. In fact, it's Gant. Gant lays it on the left boot, lays it wide. Out of bounds on the full, just when they needed a goal. We are 24 minutes into the final quarter. And it is Kerang 11-9-75 leading Balranald 9-12-66. Back to back for the Blues or not?
So Ross goes short to Sean Hunter, who goes long up towards centre wing. Dalrymple the target, goes over his head. Jack Jones at the back, takes possession, wants to try and find a teammate, does so eventually in Jack Sallow. He tries to get it forward, finds a teammate there in Jackson Nagel, who shrugs the tackle, has trouble now, has to get rid of it. In the middle of the ground, it's a one-on-one. Kobe Lloyd and Hayden Hall gets over the back. Tom Sallow, he leads back in the chase, has to get it forward, does so, gets it to Kobe Lloyd, now needs a teammate in support, has Matt Nagel, needs to get it inside 50 and find a mark. He's calling for Ben Fuller to lead at him. He does now, in the direction of Fuller, one hand, two. Was he dragged out? No, said the umpire. Boundary line wins out. And we'll have a throw in 30 metres around from goal for Balranald.
Trying to draw a free kick too, I think, Benny Fuller. The ruckman will have to go. Fuller's going to do the ruck work. He needs to do more than this. At the back, Gag, quick hands over the top. Looks for Tommy Sallow. Goes in for the kick. Mark at the back of the track. By Jared Stead. Needs to set. He doesn't. He just goes bomb again. Who's going to go up this time? Fuller. Lloyd. The ball goes close to the boundary line. In fact, it's gone over the line. And the ball is to be thrown back in. Oh, there's a free kick to the line. And another one. Both sides give it away, but the boundary umpire, I think, will throw the ball in. He does. And at the back of the pack, getting in forward, it's going to be the Blues that will get out of trouble. Ryan yelling down.
So Smith now gets to the head, goes long. Only man back there is Ryan Middlebrook, but it's the wrong end of the ground for Balranald. Middlebrook takes possession, needs to find a teammate, goes short, finds Jack Sallow, wants to go over the top to Jones. He takes it through the middle of the ground. Jones puts the afterburners on, high up and under kick Lloyd, but he held off the ball. At the back, Rowan takes possession, little handball to Stead, wants to get it on the right boot, goes back to Nagel instead. That's Matt. Couldn't quite get to Connell. Josh Nitsky, was he held? No, said the umpire. Eventually comes out heavy side, little handball ahead to Josh Nitsky.
Josh Nitsky gets that wide, looks for Joe Ripple on the stretch. Joe Ripple couldn't get the footy. He's got trouble, but he's got a teammate down the ground. And that teammate is Roy Cope. Cope summed it up. We talk about trusting your teammates. He could have gone to help. He just stayed out of it. Waited. Cope delivers the ball down the ground, puts it out in front of his leading forward in Pape. The ball doesn't carry that far. Coming through quickly for Balranald. They put the 40 in front. They go with an up and under, and the mark has been taken by Jackson Nagel, who's off.
So Jackson Nagel now goes towards Lloyd, goes over his head. That's true. Lang just cool as a cucumber. Takes possession, gets it to Gillingham. Had to kick quickly. Did so. Smith on the land. Mark 49 metres from goal, right in front. And if he can go back and kick this will be the ball game for the Blues.
Take it as long as you want, son. As long as you want.
So Riley Smith, he's already kicked one in the last quarter. He's looking for his second. Gets to 50. All the way!
Touch, boys.
Touched off the boot. Well, it was through the middle, but it was touched. It's a 10-point lead now. They have only one option, the Roos. That's straight up the middle of the ground, thanks to Dryden Nagel.
He does exactly that, and a big mark taken by Drewy Lloyd, who wastes no time, goes bang on the left boot to centre half forward. The kick down the ground.
So Kerang, they are premiers. Back to back for the Blues. 11-10-76. Balranald 9-12-66. And it is all navy blue this afternoon.
Oh, what a game, boys. boys. What a game of football. It promised plenty in the weeks leading up to the game up at Balranald about whatever it was a month ago. Set the tone, and this is absolutely fantastic for Central Murray football to have a game of this calibre happening on grand final day. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to Balranald. They were both absolutely gallant today.
They were. Both teams threw absolutely at it. Everything at it. You can see the Balranald players, they are absolutely spent out in the middle of the ground. Kerang victorious once again. They have gone back-to-back and their 10th flag in their club's history. And, well, boys, down on the boundary, Matt, it's look, a fantastic achievement for a very well-run organisation.
Oh, and certainly is, and you can just see it, even the way they played that game as well too. There was times when Balranald took the game up, took control of the game as well too. But they, as a team, they were able to stay composed when they needed to slow the game down and then win back control of the footy as well too.
Number 33, Ashley Davis. Number 43, Liam Jardine. Number 44, Bobby Ross. Number 47, Josh Upper. Number 61, Bailey Payne. Number 20, and the captain, Josh Esky. Number 9, the coach, Roy Coates.
Firstly, to our old drivers, through the year, you guys, you come from down way last year and just coming out of the super season. With the utmost respect for your team and your big clubs, I know you guys will come back stronger there next year. And good luck for that as well. We've got our own great game today with a great contest to look forward to it. Just one guy I want to get up here and has got a very obviously fucked with our shoes over the line, so I want to get Jack up there up here for a minute. To our group, can't believe how you just keep producing on the names and could be proud as a coach from 22 out of your day. Just fortunately, second quarter there, I thought we got on last game and just kept the up and flying. Super proud as a coach. I think during the week it's probably, as a whole club, it's probably the best edition of the evening with that $100 playing the twos today. All our work goes to our supporters, to our volunteers, to everyone that does it around the club. The 4 premierships today, the footy, the netball, all goes to all you guys, and we thank you to all our supporters. Thanks to the league, to the umpires, to everyone else who come out today. It was a great day, great weather, and